and welcome everyone to Call of Cthulhu Tracks of Terror. We are here, we are back. Unfortunately, we do not have Hollowtail with us tonight as work calls and he must answer. So we will miss him terribly. The dinosaurs especially miss him, but you know, such is life sometimes, I suppose. So we're gonna go around, we're gonna say who we are, who we're playing, and then I'll do a little recap of what happened last time because it's a bit crazy. We have Tom here next to me. How are you today, Tom?
Hello. I'm not so bad. It's a little warm here because we're having our summer early. But
I'll hear about it.
yeah, but apart from that, yeah, not too bad. I am playing Ryan Hawkes, who is a archaeologist with a dabble in geology, and yeah. He got chomped. He got chomped.
Someone else who got chomped is Susie. How are you tonight, Susie?
Hello, it's me. I got chomped. I'm okay. I do apologize, chat, if I cough or get croaky during the stream. I've been fighting this cold. It won't leave me alone. So I don't know. Maybe dinosaurs would be preferable. So if you could just send some dinosaurs around my gaff, Lindy, and just sort me out, that would be.
I'll do my best.
Yeah.
Someone else who's doing their best. Charlie, how are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm not gonna throw myself under the proverbial wagon, but also I was definitely late because I was dancing and singing today. So that's how my day is going. I'm having a great day. We had sunshine. I was out at the seaside, walking through the gorse. Life is beautiful here. Then I did errands. Then I had a nap. Now I'm here with all these beautiful people about to be eaten by dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I am so happy though that August gets a second shot at whatever life this is because of what Doc Rimmo and I came up with right before he got eaten.
Yeah, see? No backstory wasted here. At least not yet.
Saved by backstory.
Well, I don't know about that. Stuffed penguins maybe, but someone who is saved, although they did get chomped last week, Doc Rimbo.
Yes, I'm saved. Hallelujah. Hi, I'm Doc Rimbo. I'm playing Edison Jones, the lawyer in this incarnation who, well, first of all, he nearly told that dinosaur off. He had made a lot of great rolls to try and stare that dinosaur down, but then ended up chomping. And then I'm also a little bit still sick, under the weather, so it's part of Susie and my plan to germ warfare the dinosaurs so they can't chomp us or they get this cold.
Maybe that's what wiped out the dinosaur. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll find out. And we'll find out what Kate Madison is up to. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad that our characters are still alive and get to be tortured some more. And maybe eaten by more dinosaurs. And who knows? But we'll find out. I mean, so yeah, I play Kitty Cartwright, who is the geologist taught by her dad, who she's also looking for on this trip. It was very exciting. We suddenly found ourselves in the movie Jurassic Park, I felt like last week. It was so cool. It was really cool and also terrifying all at the same time. So who knows what's going to happen today? I'm excited to see.
And I'm excited to see as well, especially considering that they got chomped by dinosaurs last week, and who knows, maybe it'll happen again. So, last session, they had a lovely start to their day. Morning, breakfast in Grand Junction, Colorado. Almost bought some donkeys from the Ass Whisperer. But alas, they said, what would we ever need donkeys for? And they did not buy Don Quixote, Lucifer, or David Hasselhoof. They decided we don't need any of these donkeys, and they thought about it, and then they're like, oh well, let's just go on the train, and then they left, and then they hit. Let's call it a time bubble. They hit a time bubble, and it was a bit jarring transition, and they found themselves in some prehistoric era, and everything was, mega flora, some megafauna. You know, they haven't seen a whole lot yet. They've been on the train, but weirdly enough, the train tracks still there. They're still headed in the proper direction. They're somewhere between Grand Junction and their next stop. Well, they may have missed a couple, because not all the stops appear to be here. But ideally, they'd like to get to Golden, Colorado at some point. So I'm sure they'll figure it out. And then the train ran out of steam. Kind of a problem when the train runs out of steam. Because, can't go anywhere. You're kind of a sitting duck. And so the train conductors came through and they were like, hey, we're asking for volunteers to go out and look for water, fill in the train, or to see if maybe the next station is still there. Because if it is, then we can get water from there. But, yeah, they weren't gonna figure that out by just staying on the train. So, they went off the train, and they decided to take a route into the jungle, because August heard some moving water in the distance, climbed a tree. They headed that way, and they found a T-Rex nest. They didn't know it was a T-Rex nest at first. They figured it out real quick. And then one by one, they all got eaten by T-Rexes. Mostly the big Mama and Papa T-Rex, but Kitty had the misfortune of being eaten by baby T-Rexes, though they did kill several T-Rex babies with shotguns. It was not enough to prevent a TPK. However, as soon as the last person died, who's not here tonight? Sorry, Steve. Bucky, as soon as he was eaten, they all heard mysterious but familiar noise, and it seemed to be right back where they started as soon as they crossed into the time bubble. Now, let's go over mechanics. What has happened mechanically, and then we'll get into the RP. So, everyone, except for Kitty, is 5 points away from full health. Because you all have just been jostled. You've all just hit your injured. You had the exact same injuries as you did previously. Except Kitty, because she made her deck save. So Kitty's fine. Kitty's at full HP. I know you all have questions. About sanity, luck, and I have the answers for you. So, everyone who spent sanity, or who spent luck points in this past loop 1, was Kitty, Ryan, and Bucky. You lose 1/5 of the sanity you spent, because Cthulhu, everything's in whole, half, or fifth values. So, Kitty, you gain back 11 luck. Ryan, you gain back 26 luck, and Bucky will get back 18 luck when he... They had each spent 14, 33, and 22. So, I'd say 26 out of 33 is not bad for Ryan. And now that you've just impacted with this train stutter, I need everyone to make me first a power check. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ryan. Okay. Tom is like, this were my worst fears that I discussed in the green room, and I'm just sitting in my notes going, yeah, that could happen. Yeah, it is. So everyone who succeeds on your power check, congratulations. You remember everything that happened during the past loop. Tom, Susie, it's fuzzy. You know something happened? It's like when you know something, but you can't quite remember it. It's just at the tip of your tongue. That's what this. It's all fuzzy. You know.
Train crash. That's all it was.
Train crash.
Bust my lip.
Yeah,
oh god, I must have hit my head. Yeah.
But I will say, I also need sanity checks because everyone realizes that this is the beginning.
I just got a 1! I got a critical success!
You lose no sanity for
Wait,
realizing that you're
Am I
in a
still
time loop.
Am I still temp insane though? Does that
You are
affect
not.
it? So I can undo the temp insane.
You can undo the temp insanity.
Okay.
Indeed, we can't spend luck on sand checks, can we?
No.
Okay, I just missed by 1.
Cool.
Yes,
so,
and super cool.
super cool. Can't use luck on sanity or push rolls. Those are the 2 things you can't spend luck on. And luck checks. I guess 3 technically. You can't spend luck on luck. All right.
Or at stores,
So,
supermarket.
for the sanity checks, everyone, you get the feeling, Ryan and Mina, that you've done this before, but you don't know why. It's all fuzzy, it's all vague. Everyone who succeeded on your sanity checks. Kitty, you lose no sanity from the sanity check of realizing you're in a time loop because you crit.
It makes perfect sense. My father's back in the past. I just need to sort it out. It's all good. So
makes
good. I
perfect
totally get
success.
what's going on.
So, everyone who realizes that they're in a time loop, that's kind of unsettling. Realize you've done this before. You're good. It's unsettling. It's especially unsettling if you remember everything. So, is there any crossover between? Nope. Everyone who succeeded.
I realized and
Power.
failed.
Yes, you realized and failed. So,
hmm
from remembering the past time loop. Now we'll do the sanity first. So the sanity check was for realizing you're in a time loop. Everyone who succeeded on the sanity check only loses 1 point of sanity. Anyone who failed from realizing that they're in a time loop gonna lose 4 sanity.
Does that mean I lose 1 or I don't lose any?
You lose
Don't
0.
lose any because you crit
I
succeeded.
don't because it correct. Okay. When
Yeah.
you say loop, do you mean like
You're right back
that we
to
went
the beginning.
we
You
went
did a whole
to
thing, you died, and now you're back. It's looped
so we're
back.
back where we were when we went back.
When you went back, yes. As soon as the lights came back on in the train car, the exact positions you were in those
Right.
exact positions again. And you know
Got ya.
this.
But for
Yes.
Ryan and Mina, it's fuzzy,
Yes.
so the details are. Okay.
Yes, they realize that they've been in this position before, but they don't know the details. But anyone who failed the sanity check will lose 4. Anyone who succeeded the power check. And remember the T-Rexes and dying, that's gonna be a bit more. That's gonna be... Well, I know, I could roll like shit. Nope, I didn't. You lose 5 sanity. For remembering
Gosh
and dying
darn it.
horrifically.
Do I lose it still even though my sanity was a crit?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not
Fine.
phased by the fact that you've started over again, but being torn apart by tiny T-Rex babies
Not the time
was
travel.
traumatizing. Yeah, it's not the time travel
Right.
that bothers you, it was the death.
It's the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So does that mean I lose 9?
Yes, that
If
does.
Okay, great, terrific.
Yeah. How much is your total sanity?
My total sanity overall is a 51.
Currently.
No, currently it's 39.
Oh, is that before your 9 loss?
After I took away the 9.
Okay, so
He
you
has
were
not
at
lost much. He's been very
48.
successful.
I just need to know what
Yeah,
your
I was.
1/5 of your sanity value is.
10?
Okay, good. Yes, it would be 10, which means you don't get a permanent insanity from this.
No, I don't want one.
No, you don't want one. So you're
I will
okay.
pass.
Um,
But I am freaking out.
it's pretty freak out worthy. You were eaten by a T-Rex, very painful, and you realize you're in a time bubble, and that's unsettling.
Hmm.
That's really unsettling. But Mina and Ryan, you guys are, really not so much.
Mama Lindy.
Yes.
I lost 6 points of sanity, which is exactly 6%, 5/5 of August's total
A fifth.
sanity.
August, you're gonna gain a permanent insanity.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Let's see. Let's get something thematic.
Fear of dinosaurs.
Sorry, Indy.
Yes.
Can I just make sure that I've taken as much sanity as I need? So
Yes.
essentially, I failed the power,
Correct. So you
so
don't
I don't
lose.
remember what's going on.
You don't lose the 5.
But I succeeded the sanity.
Yes. Which means you
So
do remember
I-
dying horrifically. Yeah, so you don't lose the 4, which is from the power, but you do lose the 5 from, No, I'm sorry, that's
So
wrong.
wait. So wait.
You lose one. You lose
Yes.
one
I
total.
lose one from the
One-
thing, and
you
then
lose one
I
from the thing.
remember dying horrifically, which adds an additional
5.
5. So
Yeah.
I have 6 gone.
6 gone total,
Altogether.
yes.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Wait, how can he remember dying when he doesn't remember the past?
No, he doesn't remember dying.
Oh, that's true. You
Yeah.
don't remember dying.
You're
So
a
you
one
just have
total,
the-
Tom.
Dying.
One.
Oh, no, it's
But I
from the
did
time loop. It's
fail-
from the time loop. That's the... You remember you're in a time loop. You realize you're
You
in a
know
time
you're
loop.
time traveling.
Yes.
Right,
And that's
I
what
remember
freaks
the
you
time
out.
loop, but I don't remember what happens during the time loop.
Correct.
Right, yeah.
So you only lose the 4. I'm sorry.
Got you.
I only use
The
the
4
lose
4 and the
4.
1.
Okay.
Yeah. The
So
5 total.
5.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know. Good to know.
Yes. So there was a sanity loss from realizing you're in a time loop and that there's
Yeah.
some time fuckery about it. And then the sanity loss if you remembered your power check from the previous loop and remembered. So Mina, you're sitting pretty right now because you failed your sanity. Or you succeeded and then it's Ryan is.
Dumb lady.
Yeah.
You lucky dumb lady.
Mina's sitting pretty is probably right here right now. And Kitty, because Kitty's also crit succeeded her. So she's like, yeah, time loop. That's great. Awesome. This works for me. So, now that we're done mechanically, I'm going to look up some nice indefinite insanities, permanent insanities for August, and you mingle amongst yourselves. You're back. I'll give you the sound effect once more just because, bring us back into it. People are injured.
Okay, so
The
that
Australian
jolt
professor's
happened.
got a head wound. He looks a little bit more injured than he did last time, but everything else is the exact same.
Oh, right, yeah, we healed people. Okay.
Yeah, you did. You spent your first rounds were healing people. The twin lady, she's still got her
Broken leg.
Broken leg. One of the businessmen on a business trip still got a dislocated shoulder. So everyone's injuries
August.
are the exact same.
Sorry, Mr. August, are you able to help these people again? We kind of...
I beg your pardon, Miss Cartwright. I believe that August is having a little bit of a freak out.
Oh.
As am
So
I.
look at... Oh,
I
no.
am completely losing it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well,
it's an indefinite insanity, not permanent, so it could go away theoretically. There you go.
August is like
No,
head
I'm
slowly retracting between his knees.
Oh, no.
Fish islands.
Oh, this isn't good because last time he was really good at healing people. Oh, goodness.
So last time you do remember also going through time, and everybody, are we all on the same page with time travel?
We've been here before, right?
Yes.
Yes,
exactly.
yes. But last, and I look out the window. But last time we kind of traveled back.
Well, do you remember leaving the train? Yes.
Yes.
We went to get water and then dinosaurs.
And as we thought, it didn't go very well.
no,
Sorry,
no,
dinosaurs.
it was not optimal. You don't remember
Yes.
this?
What do you mean? And Mina looks out of the window.
No. But we're
Yes.
back. We're back.
Deep breath.
But we went. We found ourselves in sort of a time bubble or something. We were back in the past, and there was dinosaurs, and we had to go and get water. And well, in fact, I think you even said this is going to be a bad idea because there's dinosaurs, and there were
Yes, you did
some
say that.
very big. I think they call them Tyrannosaurus.
Oh, a tyrannosaurus.
They were bipedal with small arms,
Yes.
big
That's about
mouths
as
that they
bad as
used
it
to
gets.
eat me.
Yes, the
Yes.
apex predator amongst
Yes, but I am
dinosaurs.
alive, you see?
Yeah,
So,
we weren't, but we are.
it was
So
a shared hallucination or something. August, how are you feeling, buddy?
dear.
He puts a hand on his shoulder. There.
Edison. I mean, Mr. Jones.
It's all right. You can call me Edison for this one instance.
I don't reckon there's a box big enough for all this thought I'm having.
I see. Well, keep breathing. That's the important thing. Try and realize that we're back in reality, maybe?
I gotta fix her leg and his head, and then I gotta go and get the water.
Well, we don't want to...
we don't need to. Well, water's
If we
not a
don't
bad
get the
idea.
water, we don't go nowhere.
Well, we'll have to find water somewhere else if We
Oh,
have, in
it's-
fact, gone backward.
Have we?
He-
Sorry, Lindy. Quick question: are we still
Yes.
traveling, or have we stopped?
No, the train.
Again.
Remember, the train kept going.
We are still going.
Yes.
Yeah.
The train did not
Okay.
stop until you ran out of steam.
Yeah.
We just hit
Okay.
some turbulence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Common
Can
on
I
trains.
look around? I'm assuming there might be a jug of like some refreshments or something because I want to
Yes.
pour a drink of water for August.
There would be a refreshment cart that you can get.
So I'm gonna go and grab a glass of water and hand it to August. Like here, drink this. That might make you feel a little better.
Jones wants to go back to the other traveling NPCs.
Yes.
Companions,
They're all,
you'd
again,
say?
everyone's freaking out. Oh,
I'm
crying.
Right,
coming
right.
with you because I'm gonna see if I can help people because I have some first aid, but not quite as good as August.
He doesn't raise his voice, but he does try to project authority. And he sort of walks back there and says, "Hello. Who remembers having experienced this once before?" To see if any of them retain any memory of last time.
Well, your good friend Francis Bailey is unconscious, and everyone else looks
Yes,
at
you
you
just
very
said.
confused.
All right, just us then. There's going to be a large bug at that window in just a moment. And he points toward the window where the giant dragonfly mosquito thing was. And then he walks back to the front of the train car.
Are we in the? Is the jungle outside the window then?
Yeah, it sure is.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I still my own sanity is failing right now.
It's all
Sorry.
good. Don't worry, the
thought
more
we
you
were
do this,
back
the
in
easier
the
it'll get.
future, but we're back at the start of the okay.
Of the bubble.
Groundhog's Day.
Yes.
I understand the whole time
As
loop
soon as
thing
you
now.
heard
God,
that strange
Kate, come on.
noise and
Yeah.
slammed and passed
Got
through
you.
we could call it a barrier of sorts, a bubble barrier. That
Yeah.
is when you have been reset to. Yeah.
Okay, fuck.
around
Okay,
lunchtime.
so right.
Right after lunch.
Okay.
Right after lunch, basically. A full time.
Lindy, how can you use that phrase after eating us all last session?
Nom nom nom.
That's
Hey,
right after
dinosaurs
lunch.
have lunch too.
Everybody had lunch.
Uh,
Full tummies.
Well, maybe we should I don't know enough about who knows enough about trains. Do we need to tell them to slow down so they don't burn as much water so that we don't run out?
I'm afraid that sooner or later we will run out of steam no matter what the case. No matter
Well,
how fast they're going.
sure, but
Would be dangerous to speed up in case we don't know what lies ahead.
Okay. Hang on. Before we go anywhere. Okay. I remember we're in a time dilation-y thingy bubble kind of thing, right?
Accurate.
yes.
I don't remember anything after that. I don't know what happened when we did.
I
What
remember
need
everything in great
You
detail.
remember everything, Mr. Jones, yes?
Yes, and that is what is to blame for my current mental distress.
Right. I'm terribly sorry about that, but I think if we're repeating, we need to know exactly what we did. So whether or not we know
Yes.
that's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. If, we need to get up on
I would be
the-
happy to relate those things to you. I don't believe the rest of the people in the train car remember anything of having experienced this already. So maybe it would be best if we did not include them in that conversation so as to not distress them.
all
Yeah,
I remember is stooping with the buckets to get the water.
Yes, and then you were
Oh,
eating.
yeah, I remember. Oh, God. I forgot about that. They just literally just
Well, I suppose I misspoke. I remember only part of what happened because I believe that I was the second to be consumed.
Are you saying that you died by being eaten by something?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves or behind ourselves. Basically, what happened was we eventually ran out of water, so the train came to a stop, and the porters, the engineers, came to ask us if anyone would volunteer to go and fetch water, and we were feeling quite brave, and so we did. We saw 3 possible destinations. There was a ziggurat of a sort, a temple with ascending levels. There was the sound of a river nearby. And then there was a third thing, which I don't remember because it was 2 weeks ago. Not in game. Out of
We
game.
know that there should be a lake or something up ahead because of modern geography, I think.
Yes,
is where
modern
we...
geography. Yes, the third,
And,
our
and-
intended destination.
And we
Crystal
weren't
Creek.
sure whether or not if we kept going, we would kind of pop back out of the bubble and find ourselves
True.
at the next station.
Correct. That
Yes.
was the
And
question.
there
The next
was
station is
2
supposed
miles.
to be Gunnison.
Yeah, and it
and
was
there
2
was
miles when we stopped, I think.
something on the line further up as well, if I remember correctly. I think
There was a
this
stop.
is how this is this is me
Oh,
remembering.
okay.
Yeah,
Not,
I
yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tom.
don't think anyone
Yeah.
we didn't investigate that at
I'm
all.
not
So
speaking American, Doc.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about not using an American accent. We-
What is happening?
I don't know. I have no
As
idea.
we're going
Edison's there.
insane. Yeah.
I've done it.
So Edison says, so given those 3 choices, we decided that water was the most pressing concern, so we could power the engine, and we headed toward the sound of the moving river, or creek, or whatever it was, and we found a nest of eggs, and then there were large dinosaurs.
And the small ones.
August was eaten.
Right.
Well,
And then the dinosaur attempted to eat me, and I stood my ground.
for a
Did
time.
not listen. It was not reasonable. After that, the blackened abyss of nothingness.
I think so. Ryan, one of the things you did was you got your gun. You got a few guns. In fact, we had a shotgun and a rifle.
Yes, and some handguns as well.
Yes. So,
And buckets.
but to be honest, I didn't see too much of what was happening. Myself and Mr. Boone were mostly hiding and trying to sneak back to the train. But there was some gunfire, but it didn't seem to do any good.
So you're saying that we shot these dinosaurs and they didn't
I bet you looked very brave.
I think so. I couldn't see too much, but we could hear gunshots and some unpleasant sounds of maybe death.
Mina stands up and starts pacing, and you hear her say under her breath, "That bloody American."
So, did we kill any of them?
I Mr. Boone managed to take out a few of the little babies.
Where's Mr. Boone?
He's sitting there like rocking
he's right there.
back and
I
forth.
think he needs. I think he needs
hardcore
5 minutes.
disassociating. Yeah. He's really disassociating real hard. He seems kind of non-responsive, almost like he's not here.
Oh wow.
Almost like he's not here.
Wow.
Well, the nest became the eggs in the nest cracked open, and these baby little tyrannosaurus.
Fascinating. Do they hatch like
Yes.
lizard eggs or like birds? Do they poke their way out, or do they sort of crack the egg and emerge and unfold?
They
Lizard.
well,
egg.
to be honest, I wasn't. I was
I wasn't there.
panicking a little bit, but they seemed to just sort of push out of it. It didn't seem to crack like a chicken egg.
right.
I see. Well, we have learned that firearms are only marginally successful against them.
I would say so. That the shotgun worked against the smaller ones, but to be honest, there was quite a few of them, and yeah.
Well,
Okay.
in any case, we should not return to that nest. We should go in a different direction looking for water.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we know not what to do now. I have a theory. Do any of you remember Miss Staunton? I don't know.
Yeah, she's right there.
Sketching something while we were there, like making a drawing or anything like that.
Possibly.
She is
But
always
Miss
drawing
Staunton,
in her
could
little
you
doodle
have a
book.
look in your sketch to see if there are any new sketches that you may not have remembered doing?
So she opens up her sketchbook. A couple of pages are stuck together because of the blood from her face.
Yeah.
But there's no new sketches in there because she didn't draw anything new.
Okay.
She's too like,
I
fuck.
can't,
Well,
I
you-
can't remember.
Did
if
you? I thought
did
you
some of the-
drew.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
you
thought you
drew some of
drew
the
like the
plant life.
insects or something, or
I was
plant life.
comparing
Oh,
some of her
that's
past
what you were
drawings. That's how
doing.
she figured out we'd gone to the past because it was.
Yeah.
Fair.
Right. Okay.
I mean, it might be worth just drawing something in case this happens again.
What
Um,
time is it right now?
Yeah, Mr. Jones, can you
Yeah.
remember the
Yes.
exact time that someone came here to the train stopped?
Yes, I do. It was, and he inserts the exact time
Yeah, I thought he would.
to the conversation.
The train runs out of water, runs out of steam, water, in about About an hour and 15
It will be.
Oh,
It's currently 12:24. In 24 minutes past noon,
Book.
it will be at 1:24 p.m.
Mina's gonna write that, like,
Right.
in
Mhm.
her sketchbook.
Put it in an envelope. Yeah. You're doing a parlor trick.
All right.
If this happens
I don't
again,
suppose anyone's got like a map of the local area. Maybe we can find a closer water source so we don't wait until the train stops. We stop before we get there. And maybe
well,
we can
here's the
look
thing, though, Ryan. I'm not much of a geologist, but wasn't the
Oh,
Earth
Miss Conrad
drastically
is.
different? Wasn't the topology of everything very different?
Yeah, actually, you're right. They're right. I was just thinking maybe we could have lucked out maybe a nearby
Well,
lake. Or,
we could
All right,
look.
there are no bad
we could keep
ideas,
our
just
eyes peeled
incorrect
now.
ones.
Yeah. To be
Okay.
to be honest, though, I don't think finding water is the problem because we found it last time. But water is life, and the life that we found out there was.
Okay. All right. What about this?
Yes.
The train's long. It's got a lot of carriages, right? The more carriages, the more water is going to burn through, right? We disconnect carriage, get everyone into one carriage.
Lose weight.
We lose weight. Less water
Should
might
use
be
less
enough
water,
to-
assumedly.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
just need to
still the weight,
convince
but
the
yes.
people to do that. It might help. I don't know.
Well, if our last time through this loop is any indication, the people driving the train currently are trying to make sense of what's going on, and it will be difficult to reason with them, but we can make the attempt.
I mean,
Can
if we can.
decouple a carriage whilst it's moving? Do we have to stop?
Oh, I've never.
I think it
done
would be
that
pretty
before.
hard.
Very dramatic.
I would assume it's quite difficult. I don't know. I've never done it.
This is a new type of train. I'm not sure what kind of coupling system it has. I just know the
Yeah.
coupling systems of all the other types of trains that exist.
Wouldn't it take a rather a lot to stop the train to disconnect, and then getting the train moving again surely would burn quite a lot of fuel.
Yes, building up momentum would. Well,
could
let
we
us
decouple
send
while
someone
moving?
who's charming to go and speak with the engineers. And he looks around, looks at Bucky.
Oh yeah, of course. Right. Damn it, Bucky! Snap out of it.
Get a hold of yourself, and then he just sort of taps him gently on the head.
I mean, you know, I can be fairly persuasive, but I wouldn't say I'm charming.
Good work.
We need somebody who can explain that we've been here before, that we will run out of water.
I mean, Kitty, you're pretty charming, right?
Stop flirting.
My fast talk is 5, so I don't think I'm that charming. But
Fast talk's
have a
more
good
for like
charm,
pulling
don't
a
you?
fast one, but charm and persuade would be what you
what is
try to
wait?
I
Is
ha- I
charm
have
an actual
persuade as a
thing?
lawyer.
Yeah,
Oh,
charm is
charm
an
is
actual thing.
15. I didn't choose charm. I chose like natural world and shit. She's good. She's good
chose
on her own
education.
outside picking up
Despite-
rocks. She is.
Okay.
Despite evidence to the contrary, as a lawyer, Edison's skills in charm and persuade are both okay. They're like 35 and 40.
That's
I
pretty
think
good.
you should come with me, Mr. Jones.
All
I
right.
think your cold, hard logic and would work well. We just do the
Miss
facts.
Staunton and Miss Cartwright, would you mind checking on August and Mr. Boone? They appear to be having a sort of
Yes.
breakdown.
Yes, I'm kind of. Yes. Can we? Is there anything we can do to help them regarding like first aid, or
Yeah, you can give
is
him
this
some
very
whiskey
much?
as he hands over what's left of the bottle.
So-
Oh,
Can't help their sanity here. You can help them out
No.
physically if they're injured, but mentally
we
they're just
did.
having a
Well,
hard time.
everyone was injured though, right? Everyone's 5
Yes.
down.
Everyone is fine.
So-
That is correct.
Okay, so can I at least go around and try and give some first aid to the people because
Absolutely.
we haven't done that. So
Yeah. The porters have been helping with the NPCs so far. Let me
Okay.
see how they've been doing.
so
They're going from what appears to be like just back to front. They do not help with the dislocated shoulder. One of them will help with the broken leg. They'll kind of get it kind of together, and then they're looking at Professor Bailey. They don't know how to help him. It's a head wound. It's a little
no.
severe.
He's dead. He is dead.
He's not dead.
Okay.
He is
Make
more
the wound
injured than
bigger.
he was
New
on
rule.
the first loop.
Nobody's allowed
Is
to
he
ever
the-
roll first aid in Call of Cthulhu ever again because it never goes well for anyone.
Oh no,
No,
I haven't
that's
rolled
bad
any yet.
scene.
Has out of interest, is he the only one that seems to have a different injury
Yes.
to previous?
Yes. And it's not different. There's just additional.
I wonder if he left the train.
Hmm.
I wonder if Doris hurt him.
Okay, so Mr. Bailey,
Not a
Is
lot
more
more
injured.
injured, but there's is more blood than there was last time. It's like a bigger goose egg. So you get
all right,
head wound.
more injured on second loop. Good, right? I'm writing notes. Okay,
He's the only one, including of yourselves.
yeah, okay. So everybody was injured, right? So let me roll for Ryan.
Right? You
You're
get one
you're
HP.
good.
Oh, thank you. How
You're
much
welcome.
HP do I get?
One apparently.
One.
I was also
Okay.
mildly
But now
injured.
you can
Take it.
recover
Yeah.
naturally too. You can't heal until you've first aided, so you'll get another HP
Ah.
tomorrow. Oh, you get 2 HP
Thank
tomorrow
you,
because you've been
kitty.
treated.
Okay. I'm going down the list of my Zoom.
Sure.
So
I think
Mina-
everyone's hurt.
Oh shit!
Oh God!
She just said not to.
Who is that?
Did
Well-
she say not to?
Who is
Susie
that?
just said we
That
don't
was
heal.
I was going down the Zoom
Yes.
and I said Mina.
You know,
Sorry, Mina. I
So-
poke you in the eye or something. I don't know what
Oh,
I do.
fragile.
a failure
You had
just
a
means
cut.
you don't get healed. A fumble means that her cut's going to be infected. There's no repercussions now, but later maybe.
Gonna
Oh
fake it.
no!
Hey,
God
Unless,
damn it.
you know,
Susie, do you remember what happened to my arm in Dark Sun?
It's my
It's
fucking
okay.
face.
Yeah, it's her
Maybe
face. She cut
maybe
hair or
we'll
something.
reset. We just have to kill her, and then she'll reset
Hold
because time
on.
travel's the best disinfectant.
All right.
But one thing here. How badass is Mina gonna look with an eye patch when she
Oh,
loses her eye?
yeah.
I'm just saying, like
Yeah.
a scar, eye patch.
Badass
She's got-
Starts
she's
your new
already
life
got
as
a
a
couple
last
of eyebrow,
pirate.
you know,
Rotted
she's
off.
going-
She's got teeth. Yeah.
All right, Edison. Let's see if I fumble you.
All
No.
right.
Oh wow, 43,
very accurate.
43.
You
Thank
get
you.
1 hit point. Congrats.
Okay,
Huzzah.
and then August. What the? Roll 20.
No negative
Okay.
repercussions because it's not a fumble.
Jeez. Okay, so August doesn't get healed. Sorry. And then so Mr. Boone as well. Oh, can I push it?
You can push it. If you push it, it will be
But
the
what does
same
that
as a
mean? But
fumble.
That's not going to be good. No, I'm not going to listen to Ryan. Okay, and Mr. Boone. Oh my God. Okay.
Now,
Yeah, I mean,
Mr.
this is why
Boone.
August needs to heal people. Shit. Okay. She's slightly, she's sort of looking over August, who's kind of rocking, going, remembering last time how swiftly he was healing everybody. And she's like,
August
oh,
is
no.
gonna reach up and gently take Miss Cartwright's hand. Why don't you let me do that?
Are you sure?
And
Are
he
you
like
okay?
turns his head towards the screaming woman whose leg is like compound fractured.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you. I would like to ask the porter, maybe
Yes.
once August sort of takes over,
Sure.
how many people are on this train? Do you know?
Do know actually. Let me look that up for you. It's in the thing. A list of all officials, passengers, and crew. That's right. I couldn't find that one newspaper. That's fine. There's 6 passengers in this car aside from you all. There is 1 express car. That's the car that you are in. Baggage car, 2 coaches. Oh no, you're in the Pullman sleeper. So there's 1 express car, baggage car, 2 coaches. The coaches are a lot more full. Probably about including staff, probably about 100 or so.
Goodness.
I don't know how to put this delicately, but maybe it's time we dump the pores.
Mr. Jones,
For fuel conservancy.
I don't think we're quite at that place right now. I'd rather not.
Oh, of course not. That was a joke. Made a humor. So I hope
You
you
don't
enjoyed it.
believe that that small amount of weight would really make a difference, do you, Mr. Jones?
Suppose not, but
You don't
August,
think
how are
that
you?
God would want you to do that, do you?
August, you know for a fact that I don't believe in any sort of creator deism. I'm a Buddhist.
But hypothetically, you don't think you would, do you?
Hypothetically, I don't. I suppose it is not ethically appropriate. No, it wouldn't want other people to suffer.
No.
It wouldn't be good, would it?
No, I suppose not. Good is a relative term, but now is not time to discuss that. We need to go and speak with the engineers, Mr. Hawks.
You go on ahead. I'll take care of this, won't I?
Mm.
That's what
All
I
right.
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, August, you focus solely on fixing that woman's leg, okay? Mm-hmm. And maybe he'll go to Miss Staunton.
Sure.
And just put it to one
Yeah.
side. And say, if you can keep an eye on August, make sure that he's just focused on that. Maybe something to get his attention. Fix it, might help him. I don't know.
There's something wrong with him, right? He seems very shocked. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know much about it myself, but focusing on something always helps me. So that and whiskey. So
Well, maybe with the injuries, we should lay off the whiskey.
yeah,
we need
maybe
it.
you're right.
Disinfectant.
Maybe you're right. Let's let's just focus on him focusing on.
Mhm.
Yeah. All
I'll
right.
keep
We're
an eye on
gonna
him.
go see if we can talk some sense into the train staff.
Good luck.
Thanks. All right,
Right.
Mr. Jones. Let's go find
Tally ho.
Tally ho.
Go on. So the sleeper car, where is that in the order of the
So
train?
the sleeper car,
Give me
you'll
train
be-
facts.
So, it's generally smoother towards the back. It's less. You get less. How do I put this? The closer to the front you are, the more
more
smog
rumble.
you have to
Smog,
deal with and rumble. So the pores are actually in front of you.
Yeah. See,
on
that's
the
why we can't
train.
dump them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You're technically the last car besides.
So we have to
Chris.
go through how many cars of
Yes, that's
mass
why we can't
casualties?
dump them, Doug. That's why. That's
That's
the only
why.
That's why.
reason.
So you have to
Hard
go through.
logic.
Like 2 cars of mass casualties to get to the engineers.
Yes, you get to.
Okay.
Yeah, if they would be in
All
the
right.
express cars, so you gotta get 2 or 3 cars. Yeah, because the luggage
Right,
car they'd also put
okay.
in front of you because you're in the fancy, expensive sleeper car, so they want you to have the least amount of smoke. You're like in the
You
no,
have to
you're
go
the
through the
second
Just-
last
plebeian
because the
cars.
caboose is
Right,
behind you.
Just for the sake of comedy, before they
Mhm.
go, Jones turns to Ryan and says, "All right, well, hopefully things are much better in the other 2 passenger cars. Here we go." And opens the door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We make our way to the front.
We make our way
Make
toward the
your
front
ways
of the
toward
train.
the front of the train. It's humid, hot, sticky as soon as you leave your car because you're in a jungle now, and you
Yes.
walk through the normal passenger cars, and there's probably about 25 people, 30 people in each one, and because they didn't have as nice of seats, it's kind of more like benches. There's a
less
lot more
padding.
injuries in these cars.
These
Yes.
benches
Not-
are very hard.
Nothing super severe because there's less space for them to get jostled around. But
Mhm.
a lot of minor injuries
Mm-hmm.
and people freaking out. Can you make me to get through these cars of panicking people who don't have personal porters attending to them? Can you give me just like a dexterity check?
Accounting?
No.
Accounting,
You
count
can do,
your
or
way
if, I
through.
mean, if you don't want to use dex, you can sell me on a different
Law?
scale,
Can I use law? Okay,
Let
yeah,
me
yeah.
have a
Um,
look at all the different skills that I have.
I'll roll dex,
Library
yeah.
use, yeah, maybe. Could I do
Successfully
spot
dexterous.
hidden? Can I use spot hidden to find
sure.
my way through?
I also
and
that
sweep?
you can do that. Yeah.
You watch
look
this
for a
cock
route.
up now. Oh Jesus. Okay, just.
Yeah, you get a little bit more jostled around than Edison does, but you do manage to get through
Oh
without
no!
any
Don't look at them.
additional injuries.
Eyes forward.
Don't make eye contact.
You're able to pull forward
Hmm.
through the express car where you can see through the window, because there's windows in the doors, a very intense conversation is going on. And they spot passengers coming, and one person was like, can we help you, sirs, gentlemen?
Yes, we are from the Pullman sleeper car, the first class.
Terry
passenger.
Sorrel, about the current experience. We are working on a...
We understand. We have
Yes.
more information that will sound like we are insane, but we wish to speak with the people in charge of driving the train because we may have some information they wish to hear.
Right. Well, the engineer's right here if that will help calm your nerves.
Hello.
You see the engineer? He's got a very curled, big mustache and mutton chops. And the conductor's
Yes.
hat. Oh,
Impressive,
Nice.
impressive facial hair.
yeah, thank you very much.
not
I'm the
jealous.
conductor on this train. What can I do for you?
Yes, I am Edison Jones, Esquire, lawyer, and here is Professor Ryan Hawkes, a professor of anthropology. We have gone through a time bubble.
A what?
One
I'm sorry.
second. It's fine. I was just wondering, have you, oh dear. Have you yourself or either of you felt a sudden pang of maybe deja vu that you've done this before or anything like that?
Yes.
No,
Well, perhaps
Sudden
you've
jolt,
noticed
you know,
that
when there
can't
was
say. No, can't say that I have had a day. No, I've never experienced anything like this before.
Yes, perhaps you've noticed that we have gone from our typical environment into one that seems like a jungle.
Yes, that would be difficult to not
Oh,
notice.
good. Yes, good. Well, that's a good place to start. Strangely enough, a few of us in the sleeper car experienced these moments not long ago. And after the train ran out of steam, we departed from the train to look for more water. We volunteered very bravely to fetch more water. And we failed. We were consumed by giant prehistoric lizards.
Now, I understand that this situation is very incredibly stressful, and that's a lot of people have
Yeah.
received multiple instances of head wounds
okay,
and
okay.
injuries.
He puts
Hang
his
on,
hands on his
hang
hips.
on.
I don't understand why this is so hard to believe.
Mr. Jones, one second, Mr. Jones. We can prove that we have been through this before.
Oh,
Okay?
yes.
We can prove it. Now, we know that the train is running out of water.
Yes,
know
we have
you're
missed
gonna
our
run out
last
of
stop. Should be
Yeah,
right out.
and
If we're calculations are correct, should be right outside of Gunnison, probably about 2 miles out.
yeah, you're not going to make it.
Yes. No, in fact,
Approximately,
Gunnison,
Mr. Jones, exactly what time are you going to run?
exactly at 1:24 p.m., the train will run out of steam. When we do, you will notice that to the which direction was the temple in? Was it north or?
Yes, it was
Could
north
you see
northeast.
it from the train?
Like he'll like name
yeah, you can see it
landmarks
from off
and
the train.
stuff
There was
Sort
like
of
that.
glinting
a little glinting thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He would name landmarks that they saw, like in detail, and say, I say these things not because I have anything to do with the cause of our displacement, only to let you know that, well, in this case, one of strange temporality, we need to think smarter. And I don't know. What do you think, Professor Hawkes? What should we do in this case? Stop earlier or maybe find a way to lessen our load? Wink.
The simple fact of the matter is, sorry, what's your name? I'm afraid I had
Edison Jones.
No, not you, Mr. Jones.
Oh,
the
I'm sorry.
engineer, the conductor.
I am Conductor Robinson.
Conductor Robinson.
I presume.
Let's just say I know it sounds absolutely insane what we're talking about. However, you know for a fact that
Right,
there is
does.
no other way for us to know that this train was one running out of water because that hasn't got out to the train yet. And
Well, I mean, if
two,
you're a
when
trained
exactly-
enthusiast, it's only a matter of time, and I did suspect it would be about an hour from now.
I'm not I have no idea about how a train works. I'm
I
afraid.
do, but it was
Old
mostly
ones.
from memory, and I'm trying to be as specific as possible. Lindy, was Gunnison missing? One of the stops was missing.
Yes,
Yeah,
the stop
Gunnison's
right
gone.
before Gunnison, which would have been Aberdeen Junction.
And we've already passed it, right?
Have we passed where it should be
Yeah.
yet?
Yes,
Right.
you have.
Dang,
'Cause
so
you
that
spent some
won't
time
prove
talking
anything.
and doing stuff, yeah.
So wait, what was there was a water stop we were supposed to go and collect
Yes.
water
Was that
from,
Aberdeen?
wasn't it? Was that Aberdeen?
Mm-hmm. Aberdeen.
So we were supposed to, so we didn't reach Aberdeen because the time things happened beforehand, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got him. So essentially, we can just say we know there was supposed to be a stop at Aberdeen
Aberdeen for water.
to fill water, and it wasn't there, was
It was not.
it? Yeah, that's because
Do you
my
find that
friend-
concerning?
I find this entire situation concerning there are no jungles in Colorado.
Correct.
So
Mm.
let's
Yes.
just bypass the thing to beyond the point that you think we're absolutely crazy because there is no other explanation, all right?
Yes, in the face of this,
You are
who
not
is
gonna-
sane?
This train is not going to make it to the next stop. Okay? We are going to fall short. And we're going to have no choice but to go out and find water. And we did that apparently the last time, and it did not end well.
No.
So, I need you to think of a way for us to make that little extra gap. Whether it's to stop, to unhitch carriages, to stop beforehand, to find some water elsewhere. I don't know. You're the engineer, you're the conductor. You tell me. How do we make it if we don't have enough water? I mean, can it, you tell me.
We drop the caboose.
I mean,
No,
we
the
can drop
caboose
the
is-
sleeping cart.
Is pushing. We drop the caboose, we go even
Oh,
slower.
interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what cabooses do.
That's not-
They push.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
I didn't know that. That's fascinating.
But the secondary engines. Yeah.
This is very educational.
So, can you stretch out the train journey, and can you stretch out the remaining water any tighter than you can? Because you're not gonna make the water stop.
Well, if we had everybody pissing the thing, I suppose we might get an extra
All
few
right.
feet or
I'll
so.
speak to the passengers in the previous
No,
two cars.
No, one sec. So
I go and I do.
I know he's gone.
No, I don't. I ask them
So,
all.
in your
extra few feet
opinion,
would not be enough.
yeah. In your opinion, there's you can't stretch it.
I've been stretching it ever since we've passed it where Aberdeen's supposed to be.
Right.
Mhm.
The water is the only option.
Oh, unfortunately so. Can I have one of you two make me a charm or persuade check just to
Sure.
see
I can do a persuade
how much he's willing
check.
to
My
play along with
persuade
you
is
guys?
And
my
what I will
persuade
do.
is 65 is my persuade.
Oh, then you do it, homie.
You two.
Mine's a 40. You go ahead, you charming devil.
But roll 20 hates me. Not
Or
that
does
hard,
it?
though.
Or does it?
Or was it waiting for this moment?
It was waiting. for
It's
this
like,
moment.
don't tell me how I feel.
I love you, Tom.
Gonna screw you over next time when you start to think I'm on your side.
Life or death situation.
Well, what do you think we should do? We are stretching the water as far as we can. We've slowed down a hair bit just so that it doesn't consume as much water. But,
Mhm. Okay. Mr. Jones, you said that we stretch as far as we can go, and the nearest water source when we stretch as far as we can go was a dangerous place.
But we could go to a different part of the river, or we could look at some of the other locations that we could spot from the train.
We
Perhaps
could
we could
stop
press
the train
ahead
right
to-
here and find
True.
ourselves a water source maybe nearby. See if we can find anything.
that's maybe
Well-
prudent.
based on my maps of the area, I'm not sure how accurate those are. And he'll pull out maps because you can persuade. He's willing to show you the train maps.
Yeah.
Right outside of Gunnison. Gunnison is supposed to have a water tower back up in case Aberdeen's run out.
Well,
But Gunnison's supposed to have a water tower, and there's a lake just north of Gunnison.
Well, we cannot rely on the prospect of even reaching Gunnison, let alone knowing whether or not they would have a water tower, as things are in doubt almost entirely. But I think the lake is the safer bet. Do I have any like? Here's the thing. I'm Jones. He did this last time too. It's like trying to think. Okay, if this whole valley was a sea a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
in Paleolithic times, or something like that. Do I have any thought of where that would be? And if I don't, like, he would want to go and talk to Kitty about it.
You probably don't because they didn't really have a good idea of what was all underwater at the time or what this was back in this era.
Yeah, I guess
paleontology
that
is
knowledge
only
isn't around yet.
like, see, we're in the 1880s.
Like, oh,
it's
there's
only about
bones.
3 decades old.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, they're still
Yeah, so
figuring
that- okay.
out stuff. Yeah,
I
the
I
new
do
geography
have-
was maybe different. There was a lot of theories, and people were very passionate about these theories, and a lot of them were wild. So some people were like, yeah, everything was covered in water. Other people were like, no, it was the flood. No, these
Right.
dinosaurs all just died here because that's what they did. And dinosaur is a relatively new term. That wasn't even used right at first either. So
Well, I'm not sure if we will be able to find a safer source of water here or later. That's an unknown variable. But at
There
this
is-
point, it does seem safer to
There-
not go where the dinosaurs were.
Yeah. There is another thing that I can think of, if it might work. If we detach all of the carriages and only have the engine go, will that make it to the water tower or the lake?
it probably would make it to the water tower, yeah, if it's there.
So
And if the
the
lake's
other
there.
option is we detach every carriage. We have a handful of people go into the train with as much containers as they possibly can. They try and make it to the lake. They fill up as much as they can, and they come back to get the carriages. The only downside of that is that you are leaving a lot of people on their own in an unknown jungle.
That does not quite sit comfortable with me, I'm not. If we had a better idea of where things were, maybe that could, but it's all very uncertain right now.
Hmm.
Yes, or if we had an earlier start. Say, I think we may have to plan for just venturing out as we did before, but in a different direction. But before we go and check in with the others, could one of you tell me something that I would have no reason to know otherwise, not having known you before?
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea. Something that only I would know, not even any of my crew.
Yes.
Hmm.
A personal. It doesn't have to be a secret of great importance, but something whereas next time when you don't remember this conversation, I can return and inform you of it.
Make it a lot quicker.
Well, I suppose. Get out of here. And he points to, like, this is the people who are, like, shoveling coal. And
Yes, get out of here.
My wife tells me that I've got a mole that looks like a bunny rabbit on my left butt cheek.
Oh, that's off. Can you do something less salacious?
On what butt cheek was it left?
Left butt cheek.
Goodness, Professor
That's
Hawks.
fine. I can do that. That's fine.
All right, I'll leave you in charge of that.
Yeah, just
And
remember
watch you
it,
two not
Jones,
remember
just in
the
case
salute.
I forget. You know what? Oh, you know
We
what?
go back
Can
marching through the train, shouting about the birthmark on his butt
I
cheeks.
want to
so
write
everybody
down in my
knows.
notes. I've probably got like a notepad and pen.
Sure,
'cause
yeah.
I want to write that down in the notepad and pen.
Absolutely.
With me.
Absolutely
Put it in
can.
my pocket.
All right, so we go back to the others. I think that, like, we were trying to think, is there another way to fix this? And it's just like, this time don't get eaten. I think is
Yeah.
the
That's a
conclusion we
good-
come to.
That's a
Um,
good strategy. This time,
Sorry,
don't get eaten.
Just before we go, Robinson,
Yes. Oh,
estimate
yes.
how long is it going to take for? How far away are we going to stop from the next thing? Was it a few miles?
Probably about 2 miles.
We can walk 2 miles.
Yes, we can.
Maybe that's our next thing. We just walk the tracks.
I
My
suppose
head
that
just went-
is-
They do move in herds as 100 people walk down this track.
Yep.
Maybe not all of us go at once.
sorry,
but
Karen.
Okay.
Everyone on the train, get walking.
Yeah. I mean, strength in numbers, it is a thing that happens. Like
Yes.
herd mentality and stuff.
Maybe the dinosaurs would chase the slower one.
Yeah, you just gotta be faster than the other man, right?
We'll see. Thank you, conductor.
Yes.
You've been most helpful. We'll see what we can do.
Best of luck.
Mm,
Turns around and leaves.
yeah. Thanks.
Right.
And we'll weave our way back to where everyone else is.
He gets back there. I think on the way back there, we're kind of hoping that somebody's going to check in with Mr. Bailey, I think. It's
Okay.
like, why is that guy hurt? That's what I'm wondering.
It's a good question.
But if
yeah.
not, we'll do it when we get back there, unless somebody else wants to.
While they're gone, Kitty, August, and Mina, what are you three doing? They're probably gone 10, 15 minutes. Let's say 15. No, they had to get through 2 packed cars, people. 20. It's be 20 minutes.
Yes, we were
10
gone
minutes to get
18
there,
minutes
but-
and 34 seconds.
Mina's doing her best Florence Nightingale. She's got no medical skills, but she does have a pair of hands, so she can hold things, she can press things, and she does have a little supply of hard candies that she has distributed amongst
That
people.
does increase morale, yes.
Yeah, it's just like it's a little bit of sugar. It helps, just helps
Given
relax a little bit.
it's a woman with a broken leg, could Mina be maybe supporting that situation? Because obviously,
Yeah.
propriety, but also she has a broken leg, so August wants to help. But Victorian society would have a lot of opinions about him touching this poor woman's leg, let alone seeing it.
If you're saying you got doctor skills, it's not that big of an issue. I mean, women doctors. It's pretty, This is only
But yeah,
the 1880s.
I'd like to take a first aid
Absolutely.
shot at this leg.
Her leg? What's her leg?
No,
It's
nearly
it's
exactly the same as last time I
Yeah.
tried this.
funny how that works. So yeah, no, her leg, she's gonna need an actual doctor, probably, for the leg. Like, it's stabilized, so it's not gonna shift anymore, but it's not gonna get better like this. Yeah.
I think she needs a surgeon, don't you, Miss Staunton?
Mina's like grimacing a little bit, like this is like one of the worst injuries she's ever seen. She's like, ugh. I definitely think we don't have the facilities to help her here. I mean, we can try and make her as comfortable as we can, but I think she needs a doctor.
Then, Lindy, I'd like to do what I did last time, which is give her a
Mhm.
whole lot of morphine.
And she will calm right on down. That makes her feel a lot better.
Gonna take off my little jacket bit and make a little pillow for her so she can lie down.
Yep. That will help her feel much better. Meredith is her name. Her twin and her. You find out if you're comforting her and talking with her, you find out they're actually a set of triplets. Meredith and Margaret are going to their sister who's in Georgetown, Colorado, which is past Golden. Mary, because apparently her children have gone missing, and they're going to try to help comfort her sister, maybe help.
Usually Mina would be pretty good at like comforting someone in that situation, but she's like, I'm sorry. And she doesn't have
Yeah.
anything really. She's got nothing in the tank.
They're just
So she's
they're
just
just
gonna
talking to just to take the
Pat
mind
the
off of
hand.
the thing. Yeah, they just
yeah.
and you hadn't really spoken to them much before, so this is maybe the only time you get this info.
Hard candies all around.
They
Everybody have a
appreciate-
Werther's.
Everybody
We'll be all
loves
right.
the hard candies. Yes. Anything else? Kitty, August.
I guess Mr. Bailey would be next for August.
Is he still unconscious?
He sure is. Doris is sitting next to him wearing this.
August, do you have any smelling salts or anything? Do you think we should get him awake? I try and take a pulse
I
and see
do.
that he's alive.
He is alive. He's breathing. Got a pulse.
I think we can try it.
I don't know. I mean, it depends. I suppose what's wrong with him before we jolt him awake with something, maybe.
Well, ain't no way for us to know without him being awake and telling us, I reckon.
True. He looks worse than I remember. Does he look worse to you? Like everyone else, she had a broken leg before. He had his shoulder, but Mr. Bailey looks a lot more bloody. Oh,
Well,
is
maybe
that
he
only-
just slipped further this time.
Maybe. What was his injuries before? Did we know?
He had like a head wound before, right on the temple. You know, heads bleed a lot. That's just fact. Face
Yeah.
injuries bleed a lot, but it was a small cut, which was bleeding
his
a lot,
head,
and
yeah.
he was unconscious. Now it's a bigger bruise area with a larger cut.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'll follow your lead, but I can assist you. I think, and I'll dig through my little kit as well. Can
Can't
we
go
do
any
help
worse than
actions? I can't remember.
last
No.
time, right?
Well, I don't know. He already looks worse than last time. That's why it's a little odd. Does the penguin look the same?
Yes, she is wearing the exact same thing, sitting in the exact same position,
Okay.
right next to him in the seat.
Wow, you literally just rolled
On moving
exactly
on
the
You
same.
did. You're able to like clean it up, but it doesn't look. And it's hard to treat without knowing exactly.
Should
you
we lie
clean all
him
the blood
down?
off his face?
Yeah.
You could totally have like one of the porters pull down like the beds and lie him down if you want.
I feel
Yeah,
like
we
he should
can
be lying
do that.
down. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe we'll try and get the porter to have him lie down.
Well, they will
I feel
assist-
like a head injury. You don't want to be sit. I don't know. You also don't want to be asleep, do you? Because of concussion.
Maybe that's why he hit his head harder, because he was already asleep when he fell.
Yeah. Well. Because we were out there, but we found ourselves back here.
But
Kind
he
of in the
stayed
same-
here.
You think?
Well, that's what I remember. Isn't
Well, I
that-
mean,
do you remember?
I remember him being unconscious the last time, but it's just odd that his injuries seem different. I guess we'll just. I'm gonna give him a kind of like slap around the face to try and wake him up, knowing that being unconscious with a head injury isn't necessarily the best idea.
Sure. He does not wake.
Like,
He does not stir with a. Doesn't wake him
Mr.
up.
Bailey? Is he still hugging the penguin?
The penguin's sitting next to him in the seat, like a fellow passenger.
Mm.
And you don't remember anyone picking her up and putting her there, but she sure is there.
She also wasn't wearing this before the time bubble. She was just a taxidermied penguin. She didn't have an outfit. Well, she had a little. No, she had taken the sombrero off, so she wasn't wearing anything.
No, no sombrero last week.
Yeah.
I'm really unsure about whether this penguin is a good or a bad omen at this point. All right. We can't worry about him. He seems to have his own thing going on. And I'm gonna
Kitty,
I'm gonna look out the window. Yeah, I'll be listening, but I'm kind of looking out the window, looking for more signs on anything we missed from last time. Any
Sure.
water supplies.
Give me
Yes?
a plot hidden check.
what do you think we're meant to do this time? We must have gotten it wrong last time. Otherwise, why
Well-
make us do it again?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anything we did is part of why we're doing it again, or whether the fact that we died last time was why we reset. But
Do you think this is all some kind of a terrible dream? Maybe we're breathing in something from the smoke and it's got us all acting crazy. You hear about it,
I
don't
kind
you?
of pinch myself, and
Hurts.
yeah, I'm like, I mean, it would be. I have not had very good dreams on this entire trip, and so I almost wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't also a dream. But it sure feels pretty real to me right now.
Did you dream about anything like this?
Well, sort of, actually, yes. I was in a jungle. It was strange. I was in a jungle. She was there, that penguin. I could see them. I could hear my father calling. And at one point, I mean, I had a few of these dreams. And at one point, I was in a kind of crossroads, a town of sorts. Am I right there, Lindy?
Yeah,
That
you were
was
in
the
a-
last one. Was like a town,
Yeah.
right?
It sure did.
Did the town? Was there any recognition of the town? Like, did it look? As in, I suppose. Did it look modern? In a
It
sense
did. It looked like a railroad stop little town that had
Okay.
been half consumed by the foliage of the jungle. There were still
Oh,
standing
okay.
structures still, so it was almost weirdly like modern but in ruins.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. It was
I
definitely
don't-
modern architecture, you know.
I don't remember any kind of signs or anything, though. Do
I
I?
think there might have been a sign that said Gunnison.
Ooh. Okay. So
That's the
as
junction.
I'm, yeah. Okay. So I'm, well, actually. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember because, to be honest, I was trying to forget those dreams quite a lot. But the last one I had was like we were at a station stop, but the jungle was kind of had overtaken it, almost like our time was in the past of the jungle. I'm not even sure if I'm now inventing this in my own mind, but it could have been Gunnison. Which, so maybe that is the direction we should go.
Why do you think you're dreaming these things? And why, if this is another one of your dreams, if you made me so goddamn useless?
Well, yes, I don't know why I'm having these dreams. I thought it was just because of my father, but and I thought it was that damn penguin. But at the same time, in the last dream, that penguin looked towards where my father seemed to be calling from. So I can't, like I said, I can't tell if that penguin's good or bad. I remember in the last loop, it looked in a certain direction. I jotted it down. Actually, did I got out a compass last loop, and I think I wrote down the direction the penguin was looking for that building.
You did?
Wasn't the penguin looking towards the building? Does my notebook have that note?
It does not have any notes from when you were in the time bubble, but if you wrote down anything from your dreams that happened before you got into the time bubble, that would be written in there.
I mean, I think she did journal stuff from her dreams because she just tries to get it out. So,
And that would be in there, yes.
okay. So I can find the stuff that says about Gunnison and the jungle and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the direction I'll just sort of like, I mean, I'll try and remember and sort of say that the penguin looked this direction, but obviously once we had stopped, and I'll kind of point out of the wind, like out towards that, but I don't know how much the train turns, but it was that direction that it looked once we stopped. I think it was towards that glinting building that we saw. So that's mixed messages a little as to whether to go towards the glint or whether to walk the tracks up to Gunnison.
In your gut, in your heart of hearts, in your boots, in your I don't know what else you got. You want to go there, don't you?
I mean, I don't want to get eaten by those things again, but I do want to get us out of here. And And there is something about this jungle that draws me to my father. So I think he's here. I think he's in this time. I think he got trapped here in the past. So in a way, yes, I'm not quite as scared of this place as I probably should be. But I think that's because I feel like there's something drawing me to it.
And
How are you?
You made that
Sorry.
spot hidden check to look to see if you notice anything that you didn't notice before. A lot of you did not make great spot hidden checks while you were still on the train last time. But you're looking and you're looking forward, as you know, that's where you're headed, not just out. And you do see, as you crest a bit of a hill in the distance, it's hard to make out, but you do see a split in the tracks in the distance.
Oh.
And it looks like one keeps going, east, southeast, and the other one goes east, northeast. So it's kind of just not like a complete, it's just kind of like a offset, start to it. And you see, that's all you can see with a regular success.
Yeah. Okay. Huh.
There's a branch in the tracks ahead.
Do we have a map of the tracks?
You do not.
Yeah. I'll
But you could point it out, and other people could try to see more if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
point out what
Jones
I see.
and Hawks have just seen one, and they're on their way
and they're
back.
probably getting back about now too.
Okay.
You've
So
tried
as
to
I'm
bring
And if
points into the
anyone
conversation.
has memorized a train track map, it's Edison Jones.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
The other cars are full of people.
yeah, imagine
That
that.
makes sense.
Yes.
Do you know which track we're traveling on?
On the train tracks.
Sorry. I was not very clear.
Oh,
I feel like I can see up ahead a divide in the tracks. One going
thinking
sort of...
back to the map I just saw and fangirled over.
I'm
Do
gonna
I
look
remember
out.
a split or a fork coming up?
Yes, there is
Lindy?
actually around Gunnison.
Yes. Around Gunnison, our stop.
I'm gonna look
Oh,
out as
Because it's a
well, see.
big map,
Yeah.
the big overarching map, and you didn't, spend a whole lot of time with it.
Not as much
I'm
as
not
I
sure
would
if the
have
split
liked.
happens right before or right after Gunnison, but it's right around there. Miss Mina Staunton.
We'll also look.
With my astute artist eye, what do
With
I
your
make
astute
out?
artist eye, let's see if anyone else gets a hard success. Because I said Edison looking. No, Edison, you see nothing.
No, I'm busy
It's
talking to
jungle.
Kitty right now.
Yes.
He's visualizing the map.
Nine, you look in, you see the split
That's
too.
right.
Because you're just
Conjuring the
You're
map.
almost going down on this hill. This is the last time you might be able to see this. Mina, you see on that split. It's again a couple miles out, so it's pretty hard to see, but because you're on a hill for the second, you catch what appears to be a glint of water. Not a river, more like a lake going off the left split. And off the right split, you see like darker shapes that look more geometrical than natural. Maybe buildings?
So maybe the station to the right, and the lake to the left, or something.
Mm-hmm.
He did
Maybe.
say it was like north. It was near it, didn't he? He did
He
say
said
that
it was
the
very
lake
near
was
Gunnison,
very
yeah.
near.
Is our hour almost up then?
It
Because
is.
we're meant to be 2
You
miles
go
away from
down
Gunnison
this
when we run out.
hill,
I checked the watch.
Whee!
And
And
once
as
you
it's
get
cliff,
down
he's
the
gonna
hill, yeah.
Hold
It's,
on.
um,
and
At
wait to
124.
stop.
Well, the thing is, when it runs out of steam, it's not a sudden stop. You
No,
kind
it
of just
just-
roll.
Yeah, we just-
It's
Till
like
it
this hill is the
completely stops.
last bit of momentum
Stops
you
right
get.
at 124.
And it stops at 124.
Precise.
It's about 5 minutes for because you do trains are heavy. They roll for a good little bit
Yeah.
and then they stop. But you get down the hill and that's when you're out of steam. It's
When
slower
it
and
starts
slower.
the incline the other side, it's like cannot go up.
Yeah, yeah. It's very hilly in this area.
Well, at least some things are still reliable.
Yeah. Right.
Well,
Well, that's
did you
good.
discover anything?
No.
perfect.
Well, yes.
Well, we got a few things.
We saw a train track, and just so all of you know, the chief engineer, the conductor of the train, has a birthmark on one of his bottom cheeks.
Left butt cheek. His wife says it. Looks like
Yes.
a little bunny rabbit.
It
Right,
is
so
bunny
this
rabbit.
is anecdotal
that
evidence
relevant?
rather than...
This is just in case we do another loop, and so everyone knows that if we remember that
Oh,
to talk.
If you
to
see
a
us spring
certain
up and
channel.
run toward the front of the train just as we come to a stop, it is to save on time.
Yeah.
right. What an
So you don't have
interesting
to persuade him
fact
that you're
to
not
get from
insane
them.
every time.
We asked
Did
for something
they
of a personal
show
nature.
you? Sorry.
What?
Anyway,
No.
Don't be inappropriate, Miss Cartwright.
Just
you
told us.
asking about what their butt cheeks look like? It
We
seems a
were
very
certainly
odd
not.
thing to ask.
He volunteered the information.
Yeah. Look,
What
look,
were
look,
you-
kitty.
Anyway,
We just asked for a piece of information that no one else would know but him. So
Oh.
it's a quick shortcut to basically say, we've done this before. Let's
Hmm.
just get to it.
Suffice
so
to
he
say, they did not
volunteered that.
remember this any more than the rest of our passengers did.
Right. Well, so we've tried our best to help people, but to be honest, it's not easy to do. And Mr.
No.
Bailey is still unconscious. We've laid him down, but he's worse off than he was before, from what we can tell. August wondered if he had remained in his seat unconscious as we looped a second time, so that he hit his head even worse.
But
But
hmm,
but
That's
the
a-
would
rest of
his
us,
condition
actually-
persist, and the rest of us do not?
well, possibly. But it's anecdotal a little bit, but he seems to be the only one that I recall looking different to when we kind of jolted the first time.
Is his
Interesting.
wounds worse or something?
Yes.
They're worse?
Yeah,
Is
he's
you
all
feel as though
our
they have-
wounds worse?
Made a natural
Not that I
chronological
recall.
progression? Or
Why
there are new
him?
wounds?
No, well, from what I recall, he had a cut in his head. It was bleeding pretty
Yes.
badly. Now he also still has a cut in his head, but it seems larger, like it's yeah. And
Is
it's
it in the same
bruised.
location?
There is bruising, as if time has
if-
passed.
He has not experienced a trip backward, but is continuing on the same path.
Potentially. I mean, now that we've
Why?
moved him, I mean, what might be? I wonder if actually, it seems a little odd to do, but we have laid him down. But I wonder if we strap him down so that if we do crash again and he is still there, he will be protected a little bit.
Perhaps. We could tell the
think-
other passengers it's for his safety.
Although I suppose we will see if he is there. If we loop a second time, if he's lying down, then we know that he is continuing his timeline somehow.
Yeah.
This
This is
does
all
make me wonder
presuming.
the nature of this loop. I mean, initially I assumed that as soon as we all died, we looped. But if Mr. Bailey did not and his injuries progressed, what caused the loop?
I mean, I
Surely it
suppose.
What
wasn't
makes
that-
Mr.
us.
Bailey different from the rest of us?
I
Did everyone else on the
stare
train
at the
perish?
penguin.
Wonder.
I just remembered
Wonder.
he has those animals with him. It's probably the platypus.
No, it's
What?
The platypus is
it's-
angry that he
Miss-
forgot it.
Mr. Jones, it's the penguin. Look at the penguin. Did you see it dressed like that before?
Look, kitty.
The poker player.
What if it's not a thing? It's a place that he's been or a thing that he's been
Hmm.
through.
Or something he has in his possession, or
Maybe
a
he's
condition he is
wearing
under.
something. Maybe, yeah, maybe he's wearing something. Maybe,
The train
What if
has
we just
unfortunately run out of water. We are seeking volunteers to go out
Yes, we
to
know.
search for more water.
oh.
We have
Um,
weapons available.
Yes, thank you. We are the volunteers.
Yeah,
Oh.
did I
With-
ask for a weapon?
You did.
Like Jones has already
Can
been
I
like
have a
packing.
weapon,
Like
please?
Jones
I'm
has
pretty
been, like,
sure
getting
we
his
had
stuff
a
together.
shotgun and 2 rifles last time. I don't know who they belonged to.
Can we get a shotgun and 2 rifles, please?
Yeah, so they get you your pistol, right, which is what you asked for
Yeah,
last time,
I've
and they
got
had a
pistol.
shotgun and 2 rifles. Yes, because
You have a shotgun and 2 rifles.
Kitty
Please
took
give
a
them to
rifle.
us.
and the shotgun was for. But so they have you, because your Bucky doesn't seem to be in any condition to volunteer this time around. Weirdly,
No.
he does not take the shotgun, so there is a spare rifle or shotgun, based off of the differences from last time.
I'm taking a shotgun.
Reen is taking the
Yes.
shotgun, so Kitty will have the rifle. Ryan, you can have a rifle or your pistol, or you can have both if you want,
Sure, I'll take both. Why
or
not?
someone can. Yeah.
If someone
I
can
have
have my
my
pistol, or a rifle, whichever they're
It makes
better.
little
They're
difference if we
same-
were
they're
to
same
confront
for
one of
me.
these lizards.
Yes, I
Maybe
Hang on.
our speculation about correlation and causation is a waste of time. Maybe instead of asking why, we just need to figure out what.
Perhaps.
You're right.
But
August.
do not
Hmm.
give yourself over to despair, August. And if there is a reason behind it, it may hold the secret to us escaping.
Either way, we need more data. We
Yes.
need more information.
Yes.
I mean, we could try and avoid the jungle so much and just follow the tracks. It does leave us out in the open quite a lot, but
far as
maybe
I'm concerned,
maybe
good.
the as the jungle seems cut almost by the time by the tracks in a sense, maybe the animals can also not cross over. So maybe this is the safest place to be. Although
And if nothing else, it could be a chance for us to find out.
We need water.
We do
Yes.
need water.
We do.
And there
That's
is
the only
water at
thing we
the
can
end,
agree
right?
on.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got 2 or so miles of track before we hit water. Okay.
before we hit Gunnison, and that's only if
Good
it
heavens.
actually has water in its water tower, right? But at
Well,
least
No, I saw ahead. I saw the lake and I saw buildings. I assume Gunnison is there.
buildings.
They appear to be buildings. It's a little hard to see.
That's
But
promising.
there were shapes that were not natural looking.
Right.
But
Right.
not unnatural in a disturbing or upsetting way.
No, nothing heinous.
At least
They
not from
look
this
like
distance.
buildings.
Who said that?
it would. I
You
mean,
hear a
that would
pigeon?
match my dream. But to be honest, even though this all seems very surreal, trusting dreams doesn't seem like the best thing. But I think we follow the tracks.
Wait, sorry.
I would
you
say-
you dreamt this.
Oh, sort of. I'm sure I mentioned to you that I wasn't sleeping well. I was having
Yeah.
nightmares every night since we started this trip.
Yes, you haven't
I've
stopped
been-
complaining about it.
Well, sorry, that's Kate. You break me.
Sorry.
I didn't. I was trying not to mention it to people, to be honest, but I've been having dreams and been in this jungle. I assume now that this was the jungle that I was in. And one of those dreams, the last one I had, I think I might have been in Gunnison, where the jungle had taken over the town.
Really? Well, that seems pertinent.
Well, it does.
And yes.
I just don't know why.
Well, as August has made clear, there are things that we know for certain, but nothing else is out of the question. We are dealing with the unknown and unexperienced. So it
Now
could
that-
be helpful.
Now that people are saying what dreams they had, I too have had a dream
All right, what was it?
about this jungle. It was a jungle, and it was a real tall kind of like temple or monolith or something in the middle of the jungle, and it had this big crystal, like this big crystal on top. I mean, I didn't say anything because I really, don't. I thought it was just a dream. I was talking about doing expeditions into the jungle to explore and Egypt and everything, and I just thought, but now that Kitty has mentioned it,
Yes. Well, as long as we're sharing, I've also had a dream. I was at the store buying crackers, but they only had salted crackers. When I asked them to look in the back, they did not have any unsalted. And I woke up in a panic.
Mina, she opens the shotgun, loads 2 shells, clicks it shut. Would that we all could dream of such mundanity, shall we? And she opens the train door.
So I would call it a nightmare.
There is one thing that we need to, just so you know, we apparently, when we go out there is danger and dinosaurs and stuff. Theoretically, not everyone has to go, right? If anyone doesn't feel up to it, they can stay here.
August is off the train, bucket in one hand, revolver in the other.
I'm with August. Like, Mina's...
Yes, I'm also with August.
Yeah.
Dogged
He is my assistant.
determination.
Well, I think that you're leaving. Jones jumps off the train and grabs a plant frond and puts it in his shirt like camouflage.
Oh, the other thing I'll add that August has is he has a length of rope that he's kind of wrapped over his shoulders for further climbing
No
purposes.
problem.
Well,
Giddy up.
suppose that explains that. Are you staying, Kitty, or are you coming?
No, I'm coming. Even though we looped once before when we died, I don't relish the idea of dying again. It might not just bring us back to the train. We have to remember that.
Do you actually remember yourself dying?
You probably might remember it the most out of everyone because it wasn't an instant
It's a lot
chomp. You were,
slower.
It was prolonged.
yeah.
That was gruesome.
I mean, I don't know about the instant of dying, but these 2-foot lizards biting my legs and calf, and yes or no, I remember a decent amount. It was unpleasant, and
Yes.
I do not really want that to happen again. So maybe we all try and be as quiet as we can. to
Yes,
not
let's
draw
avoid
those
being
attention.
consumed.
Do you remember how I died?
I didn't see it exactly, but I heard shots and I think you may have been the last one
I do remember.
or second to last.
I do remember
Between
on the
us?
train while he was rocking back and forth, I heard Mr. Boone say something like, Ryan Hawks looked so badass. But I'm assuming he was hallucinating.
Huh.
I mean,
All right then.
yes.
Yeah,
don't know.
well, we'll avoid dinosaurs this time, big or small.
Mm-hmm.
Good plan.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm
If we walk
hitching my
forward-
skirts up
Yep.
into my belt or whatever.
Whoa.
Kind of.
Jones
you
looks
know,
away.
like-
I saw ankle.
and we're off. Yeah.
We walked
All right, let's
past the
follow
front of
the
the train.
I'm
When we get
bringing
to like
my
the engine,
compass.
Jones is
I mean,
yelling into the engine car like, all right, we are walking off to almost certain doom. See you next time. Walks forward.
Off
And
the train.
I am like scoping out the radar.
Off the train, you look around. The jungle is tall, thick, and dense, with many species of plants that not even those who might be familiar with the tropics would recognize. The nearly new narrow-gauge railroad continues on ahead through the jungle, following the terrain as if it were built here all along. The jungle canopy... Do you follow the tracks? Or... The jungle canopy is thick, but due to that, the undergrowth is sparse, with mostly some ferns that seem navigable. Go off into the jungle. You did that last time.
I
And in
think
the
we're
distance-
trying to cut through.
On a mountain, you
Laid
can see a
out.
structure of some type. Hard to make out at this distance, but there does seem to be something glinting atop it. Do you head towards the building in the distance, or do you follow the tracks? Since you seem not to want to go back into the jungle.
No,
Tracks.
we're following the track.
No, I'm gonna make
Of terror.
a note of the direction with my compass though, so that for maybe next time.
We're going to
Next
keep
time.
this campaign on rails.
The tracks twist and turn through the jungle, but the width of the area around them is enough for you to see the sky. The air is thick with humidity, but quiet aside from the distant sounds of the jungle. There's a gentle fork in the tracks ahead. Do you go left? or straight ahead? Nina, because you succeeded on that hard spot hidden check, you would figure that with the left, it would be towards the lake.
Mm-hmm. So she says, the left was where I saw the lake.
What about in the right was the pre-made
buildings.
structures? See, I suppose we want everyone else on the train also to survive, so perhaps we should go toward the water? Right? We want them to survive?
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
of course,
right.
but
Good. All the humans
Fine.
are going to be fine.
But we could get more help by going right.
well, there is that.
Potentially.
I mean, to be honest, we're going to have to make this trip a fair few times to fill up the thing with these probably 3 buckets of water or something, buckets we have.
Yeah.
Maybe.
True.
This is not going to get us very far at all, but I guess maybe we can edge the train along so we're closer and we don't have to walk quite so far.
That's a good idea. We can do some edging. That's a good idea.
I'm suddenly sad that we're not doing a 100-person long bucket chain.
You
Right.
know, it's
We should
would
do
be
that.
Very,
That would be
Very on
smart,
brand.
really.
Why aren't
Well,
we
once you've
putting the proles
confirmed-
to work? All the paws lined
Yep.
up.
Hey, we've got extra money in the pocket. We can pay them.
Next time, we'll put them to work next time.
yeah, next cycle. So where
Well,
we
let's-
going? We going
I
to
guess
the
see
lake?
if this lake is even an option.
Well, the Joneses already presumed that we're going to die and do this again.
Yeah.
Or here's an alternative idea. It's not particularly a fantastic idea, but we divide into 2 groups.
Oh, splitting up, that might be efficient.
Do we is the lake like quite a long way from the trip? Like,
Yeah, what's
do we
the
know
distance
roughly our distance?
gauge?
It
Aged by
looked
Mina.
about equidistant from Mina's distant
Oh,
point
really?
of view. Yeah.
Are we talking miles, or are we
No,
talking... Okay.
it's the jungle's just quite thick, so you can't see super far ahead.
We
but
could,
I
5
think
minutes,
realistically,
5-minute walk.
right?
Oh, that's not bad.
I think
10
Kitty's
10
gonna
minutes
lean
most.
towards
It's a
Gunniston
ramble.
actually.
Yeah.
We could go on an exploratory sort of investigation towards the station and see if there's any
20
people
minutes.
there.
Half mile.
Again, we are just gathering information.
I mean, much as we do need water, I'm inclined to sort of follow where we're meant to go in case we might find that Gunnison sees the end of the jungle and all of a sudden we're back where we should be.
Perhaps. But if other people were stuck here, wouldn't they just walk out in that case?
We don't know.
Like your father. What if he's here?
Well,
Sure
in my
that
dream, he
is-
was.
Hmm.
He was in a building somewhere in Gunnison, I think.
Well, then we
I
should head in
think.
that direction.
Well,
Maybe he knows what to do, and he's been waiting for you to arrive.
The lake is not that far from the buildings. Let's go to the town. Let's have a look around. If there's people there, then that's good. If there aren't, then we move on to the lake and we take as many buckets as we can.
There
I
are
think
people
that's
there. We can
sound.
get them to help take some water back as well.
Exactly. And
August, you're
help-
being awfully quiet. What do you think? You approve, August? All right, August?
I think y'all have some fine ideas. I don't think I got anything to add.
I think we're going to need water no matter what, whether it's for the train or for ourselves, just to stay alive. But so let's find out what this town is and what state it's in, and then we can
Oh, it's
go
Colorado.
from there.
I'm
Thank you.
gonna,
And she starts walking.
I'm gonna
Sorry, you
take
just put
out
it
a
right
notepad
here.
and write down on the notepad at crossroads or whatever went
Sure.
right. to
Mm.
town.
Yeah.
Pop it
Good
down.
man.
Ooh,
You got a Jones point.
I
for-
see
for
you
being
doing
thorough.
that, and I'm going. It makes me think, and I'm gonna sort of just maybe with the heel of my shoe, I'm just gonna sort of like, kind of just like pull some of the gravel and stuff,
Yeah.
and just sort of like kind of carve a little line or something with my shoe, or a little X or something to kind of
Yeah.
go, if we come back and that's still there, like
Sure,
we're
yeah.
affecting the loop somehow.
Sure.
So yeah, I will do that.
Okay. X in the gravel.
Yeah.
towards Gunnison. Continue following the tracks.
Keep scanning, looking for threats.
You carry on straight ahead, and it's not long before the jungle opens up just a bit, revealing the ruins of what seem to be a train stop town. They are extremely dilapidated buildings, being slowly choked out by vines from the jungle. The ticket booth has long since crumbled, the refill water tower is barely standing on its rusty legs, and a sign in front of the train stop hanging on by only one of its two chains swings ominously, letting you know, as you read the barely legible sign. It says Gunnison. Here.
Huzzah! We have found it.
Well, yes, but how is this looking older than where we currently are, which is much older than where we should be?
Do you
How
walk
long
into
has your
Gunnison, or do you turn back?
Father been missing?
What is the
Don't
highest...
like your face. No, Lindy, don't pull that face. Thank you.
Sorry. What is the highest point in Gunnison?
Water
Ooh.
tower? Building,
Yeah,
probably a
probably the
building
water
really
tower.
taller.
One
Or
that
one of the
isn't
buildings.
like dilapidated and
They're all
almost falling apart.
dilapidated.
The trees,
Okay.
Tom. The
Yeah,
trees.
the
trees.
trees. Does the water tower go over
The
the
dinosaur
trees?
over there.
Yeah, that Brachiosaurus or whatever.
Yeah. Does the water tower go over the trees?
No. These are huge trees.
Yeah, I thought so.
Mm. It looks
you-
as though this town has been here for longer than we have.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's kind of confusing, is that
Mhm.
this, like I said, it kind of looks like the past, but I don't
I think-
understand how that would work in
I
any
think we
kind of
should
weird
not-
time loop.
Try and find logic in this situation. We just
Well,
take
sure,
it
sure.
as is.
I don't approve of that, but I do agree.
Yeah.
Can I see the kind of like space where the penguin was in my dream?
She was on the
And
tracks, like smack dab middle of the tracks, in the middle of town.
Space penguin.
So I think without kind of thinking or without sort of saying, she's gonna start to walk towards that because this it's like that's the only signpost in her head of like, go to where the penguin was and then look to where the penguin was looking, because I think I woke up as I went to turn, and so I
Yep.
want to go to that place and see if I can like find the direction. So Kitty's just starting to kind of pace it out,
I think
like
Jones
not really fast.
Jones has gone weapons hot. He's got his like pistol out and is like looking for movement within the town and the surrounding environs as she wanders forward.
Is anyone wandering forward with Kitty? Out of curiosity.
Yeah.
August wants to head for the water tower and see if there is any water left, because that's his one job today, is find water. That's it. He doesn't
I'm
understand
sticking with
any of the rest of this shit.
That's my
He's
boy.
just gonna go look for water.
I mean, once
Understandable.
we found water last time, it went so well.
I know.
I think Jones would keep pace with Kitty, just stay to her side, just to make sure that nothing jumps out at her or anything.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, Ryan is basically going Overwatch. Like, he's Overwatch. He's got his rifle.
Yeah,
and
same.
keeping an eye out.
Looking around in the jungle,
Yeah.
at the buildings,
Mm.
what remains of buildings. So walking carefully into town. Walking carefully into the ghost town. I'm sorry, it's not a functional town. A voice calls out. Kitty? Kitty, is that really you? And a large shadow passes over everyone.
Oh, I forgot the shadow.
Oh,
You
thank
did
you
forget the shadow.
for telling us that, for getting that big part.
Totally, actually, Kate totally forgot about the fucking like pterodactyl or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh my god.
and okay, I'll be like, Father, hurry, he's calling out, he's here, and I'll start to pick up the pace and be like,
Yeah.
Did it get
she'll be like
suddenly
pointing up
cloudy
and
all of a
pointing
sudden?
towards,
Yeah, weird.
fuck.
And this creature that's flying above you, casting the shadow, has you would guess, about an 18-20 foot wingspan.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's
It's
great. I
pretty
love
big.
that. Love that
Y'all
for
are-
us.
Nice and in the open right now. because they're in a
On the
town
plus
clearing.
side,
Yeah.
it's not a T-Rex.
Yeah.
No, it's just a fucking pterodon, Tom.
Yeah, Tom, you have really, really great plus sides right now.
Yeah.
Into a building, quick!
Yeah.
So, you all head towards a building.
Yeah, I'm following where the call was.
Get to
The
cover.
Call of Cthulhu.
I think since Susie, you can agree with me or not, I think since we're heading for the water tower, if we scramble to get to it and underneath it, I think that's
Yeah.
probably our
But
best.
it's not sturdy, right? Like it's like fallen over.
It's not
think-
fallen over yet. It's just
Just waiting for
really
this flag
rusty
to
and
Wait till it
barely
lands on it.
standing.
Yeah, I'm like,
We're crushed.
yeah. I don't think Jones
Feels
thinks
like
twice
Final
about
Destination.
My OOC understanding of this game is to come up with the best and worst ways to die every time we do this loop, okay? And the giant water tower final destinationing on top of the pair of us is the
Yeah.
way to go.
I'm going
Alright,
into
fair,
every
fair.
situation being like, how many like ways can I die here? How can we find
Sure,
a
sure.
destination?
Sure. I
Where's
go
this wind
run
gonna
a bath
blow?
and plug in all the appliances and
So, August and Mina, you're sprinting towards the water tower. Ryan, Kitty, you're heading towards the building where you heard your father's voice from.
I'm going straight towards the voice. Yeah.
Well, it looks like what would have been like the main like dining hall kind of area. But it was small because this is a much smaller train than the transcontinental that you were on. Like a small dining hall. This one actually looks like it's not completely fallen apart. Like you see like windows boarded up with other bits of remains of buildings. And I'm
I
assuming
think
Ryan
Jones
and
is
Edison
right
are
at her side.
charging after you.
Jones is like new
Yeah.
information, new developments. Follow Kitty.
Right.
Yeah.
I would love for everybody to just roll me. Actually, no, I'll roll it as the shadow. Second shadow.
Oh no!
Song is over. And they've seen the herd of prey split. So one is gonna try to get group A, we'll say group water tower, and the other one's gonna try to get group building shelter. So they're gonna try. You can dodge, but they are their speed is 18 flying. They're fast fuckers.
Oh God.
So they are, but they're not as. I will say right now, they're not as deadly as the T-Rex.
You sound like Tom right now.
Positives, you got.
What a relief.
I'm starting to like.
kind of guy.
I'm starting to think ahead, going, "Hey, I got ride for a reason. I am be riding fucking dinosaurs by the end of this campaign. I swear to God."
Need to
We're
find
gonna
a
just
saddle.
reenact the Flintstones, and we'll just stay in.
And
that
basically, we're just
kind
gonna
of universe.
make it a reality.
Yep. So
Yeah.
they are going to they're going to swoop, and as one of my
They?
favorite and Tom's favorite franchises said,
There's two of
swooping is
them.
bad.
Swooping is
There
very
are two
bad.
shadows.
Swooping is bad, and so they're going to. I'm gonna
Thank
roll.
you, Alistair.
See, August. We'll say August is odd because that has an ah sound, and then Mina
Yeah,
is
it is.
even. So we're gonna flip a coin here to see which one he goes after. It's August.
Oh no!
And then the
August
other
went
group.
first last time.
The
We'll
bigger
just
target.
go.
Like plumbing a magnet.
We'll go Kitty 1, Edison 2, Ryan 3. Ryan. Gonna be August
Phew.
and Ryan. They're gonna try to.
Don't worry, they're not as deadly as Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah.
They're
They
gonna
can
try
just
to.
lift you off the ground and take you about 40 feet up.
They're gonna try to claw you. They're not ready for
Mm.
bites yet.
Yeah.
Copy that. So they're gonna. This is one for August. It misses. And for Ryan, that will hit.
Ugh.
Ryan, you can
I
try
wanna
to dodge.
dodge. I want to dodge.
Can you get a hard dodge?
Oh my God.
Oh,
Wait.
you can't push a fumble.
Damn it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, August and Mina, you're running towards the water tower. The water tower, running. The pterodactyl swoops, claws, missing August. It's maybe it's used to slightly larger prey or bipedal. Not a lot of those right now around here that you know about, at least. And it misses and it swoops back up to avoid knocking its hat off, to avoid hitting, any of the building structure remains that are poking up, and you two will successfully, because the water tower is right there. You're on the tracks. It's like right there. Get underneath it. Kitty, Edison, and Ryan, you're running towards the building. You'll get there next round because it's further back from the tracks. But Ryan, you feel claws sink into your shoulders, and you're gonna take roll multiple dice in the same one.
You said it was less than a Tyrannosaurus
It is
Rex.
less, but it's different dice types.
Right.
For its damage bonus. So let's see if I can do this. I'll just roll them separately. So it'll be half of that. So it'll be 9 damage as it
I can
sinks
take
its
9
claws
damage.
into you. But because you fumbled your dodge, it has a
gonna
grip
double
on
it.
you now, and it starts to
shit.
lift you off the ground. It's not as fast when it's holding its prey, because you're pretty, prey is heavy, but you are lifting off. You are above ground.
Okay.
What would you all like to do?
What do you mean?
Cry.
Keep running.
Right.
I hear.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I hear Hawk scream.
Oh, he
You
screams.
guys are like running. I believe Ryan had a better speed in this movie, so he's like right up in front or next to you, and he gets. You see it. You can feel the wind from the wings.
Is he in front of us? Oh shit. Okay.
Jones. I mean, Jones doesn't pause. Like I love Ryan. He keeps running. He's also like, he'll probably be back next time, and like keeps running. And then under his breath, he's like, that does
it's
not
so
look very
cold.
badass. Just keeps like going.
What does Katie do then?
I think Kitty, like her face is like if this is happening in front of her, so that she doesn't have to look back to see this. I think there's a moment of like ducking, as because it's gonna swoop over their heads to grab him, and then it's so I think she'll kind of shout out maybe and like no, but keep running. Because
Ryan?
what the fuck can she do?
I mean,
Yeah.
Jones is like, keep running.
What would you like to
I
do,
think
Ryan?
she's just desperate.
Shoot. You shoot straight up.
Shoot up.
Can you give me your rifle check?
I mean, I'm at point blank range. If I
You are,
cock
but you're
this up-
literally being carried by your shoulders, and you
Yeah,
usually
that's
need those
true.
to fire a rifle. You didn't take the
That's
pistol,
true.
which is be easier to shoot with the shoulders incapacitated. So.
Nah, he would do the rifle because he's got the rifle in his hand and the pistol's in a holster, so he's definitely, yeah.
Yeah,
I succeed.
but you succeed, and because it is carrying you and you're underneath it, it cannot dodge. So, roll me your damage. Oh, you
just
took,
like
yeah, the
is it
rifle.
2d6?
2d6.
Ooh, 9.
9 is good. And unlike the thick hide, not that you'd remember, but unlike the really thick hide of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, this creature's skin, while still thick, is not nearly as thick. And so it has, it takes most of that damage.
Okay, good.
Like if you had to guess, it takes 6 or 7 of that. Takes almost all of it.
Hey, I mean that's not bad
And
considering.
it doesn't
Tyrannosaurus
have
Rex.
the meat sack muscle build of a T-Rex either.
The more important part is, does he drop me?
Ooh, I'll have him make a constitution check.
Oh God.
Better than a strength check.
Yeah, that's true.
No, we'll have it be dex. Dex is one of its lesser, shockingly. Oh, that'll make sense here. To see if it can keep a grip on you, because you're squirming, you're shooting.
Oh yeah.
It drops you. You begin
How high?
to fall. That's a great question, Tom.
Oh.
How high indeed? Not as
Not
high as
high
you would
at
have been
all.
next round. Can you make me a dex check to try to lessen your fall. We'll say with an extreme,
Oh.
you don't
Just
take.
glop.
You're probably about like 20, 25 feet up.
Fucking
So
hell.
you're not gonna break a leg from this amount of damage. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
It would have been a D8. A regular would have made it a D6. We'll say, because you got an extreme, you take 2. You
Oh
you
my
land, you
God.
do like a roll. It's just
Yeah.
because it's high up. You're gonna take some impact damage, but you don't twist anything, you don't break anything, you don't sprain anything because of your extreme.
Thank you.
You can, and because you do a roll, you can get
Oh,
up
I'm
and get back to
bolting.
running.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are a little behind the other two now, but you're up and you're running. And nothing is injured and it gives out a big scream. It did not like that at all. Actually, no, I think I have a,
Good. Good.
I
Teach her a
do.
lesson.
There we go.
Nice.
There you go. Gives out that.
Nice.
August and Mina, what are you two doing? Buddies? Guys?
Fucking hiding, dude. I'm not getting out from under here using the size of those things.
Yeah, they're big. August?
I think August is kind of trying to figure out like where their next point of cover is.
Mm-hmm.
And try and figure out where everyone else is. Just kind of try and take that in. But I think he like skidded under that water tank, like baseball slide,
Nice.
getting out of the way. And I think he'll be like semi-sheltering Miss Staunton as much as he can while he's like
Okay.
figuring out. The
Oh,
bucket, I
Mina's-
think it's rolling down the street where it got abandoned.
Mina's fully like head under hands, like face in the dirt, like shaking. She's shitting herself.
Yeah. Today would have been a good day for brown pants.
Yeah. Luckily, she's wearing black, so you know.
So,
that
you know,
helps.
we're good. So that's what you all do. Pterodactyls. Get one more attack before Kitty and Edison get into cover. And the other one is annoyed that that August and Mina are under the water tower. Like, how annoying can prey be sometimes?
It's like a pet with its ball trapped under the couch.
I did roll for August to attack first. To attack August first. So we'll do water tower group again first. The pterodactyl is gonna do what you guys said. Gonna land on top of the water tower and try to peck underneath. If the water tower can hold its weight. Who wants to roll for the water tower? It's gonna be a D100.
I shouldn't. Roll 20 fucking hates me.
Lower is
I
better.
mean, Tom just shot a dinosaur.
I wish there was a way for chat to roll because I feel like chat would be delighted to roll this for us.
Yeah.
All right,
There-
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I think
Okay.
I had a
Look.
Nightbot thing for a
All
roll
right,
once
Chatteroo,
somewhere.
this is for you.
One.
Yeah, that's a chat roll if there ever was one.
Well, it was gonna be. It holds the weight. It starts falling down, but on a fumble, I think it just has to do what you guys literally said and just.
Oh.
The good news is, the water tower did have water in it. The bad news is
That makes it heavier.
No, this is good news though, because that means we're immediately crushed and killed rather than being pecked apart by pterodons.
With
So I'll
that
take that.
roll, Charlie has guaranteed that in future loops we know where to find water.
I will say it's
Well,
not
do they
full.
notice there's water, or are they take it out too
Yeah.
quickly to realize the
It's-
water's in there?
Yeah, it's
we
not
hear the
100%
sloshing as
full.
we're running.
Oh, you were about to hear something. I will say the water tower got half full. It's it could be more full. So you know, but it is heavy. Those hold like hundreds of gallons of water. Water gets heavy quick. It's not even half full. It's probably about a third full. It looks like it's been collecting rainwater because the top is taken off. And yeah, I'm gonna say that a water towel collapsing on top. I don't need to roll damage for that. August and Mina, you hear the pterodactyl land, and then everything goes dark
Oh.
because it's big smash. Edison, Kitty, and Ryan, you hear a loud thud with a bit of a sploosh at the end.
Doesn't look back.
And the one that's attacking you, if you did look back, does anybody look back?
No.
No, not looking back until we're undercover. I mean, there's like, what? Why?
I just
why
had
look
to ask.
back?
And I'm not saying he's in denial or anything. I'm like he's like they probably got crushed by the water tower. Keep running.
So the second pterodactyl is gonna try to attack one of you three again, right before you can get under cover. I'm gonna roll. No, it's gonna go for Ryan again because he's the injured gazelle now, and you always attack the injured gazelle if you're a predator. Like that.
Well, that's so nice of you to call him a gazelle.
Yeah, you go for the weak, sickly,
Majestic.
injured gazelle.
I wish I could run like a
He's also
gazelle.
in the back,
I would have been
you
there by
know.
now.
So that's no, yeah, he's gonna try. Does not succeed.
Oh, thank goodness.
Not quite a fumble, but you feel the wind again, Ryan, and like instinctively you just duck a little bit more, and it misses you. Kitty, Edison, Ryan.
I mean, as soon as we get to the door, Jones is gonna turn and fire on that one that's closest to
Sure.
us.
Ryan can almost get there because he got picked up. That lost him some foot running time. He'll get there next turn. Kitty and Edison, you make it into cover. Get in there. Someone is there holding the door open for you. It's dark inside, so you can't exactly see, but you see the door being opened for you guys. You two run in. Edison, you turn and fire. You give me that
I
shot,
spin
please.
around dramatically. Okay, with the revolver.
Fumble,
The revolver.
please.
Success. Please roll. Oh, you
Success.
got 11 damage. Beautiful. Oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah, because it's a 1d10 plus 2.
You shoot, and you hit it.
Dog.
And you hear another, there it is. Another screech. You're black and white now, Mina. I love that. That's a great death filter.
An in memoriam reel with Susie.
You feel the whiff of it missing, and you hear the karoo of the handgun, and it did not like that. It pulls off. You feel hot liquid hit you, Ryan, as it bleeds onto you, and it seems to be peeling off. Ryan, is there
That's
anything
right.
you'd like to do other than just straight up run for your
Oh
life?
no, he
Go,
just-
ask yourself.
He jumps through the doorway. You know,
Cool.
just to get in. Yeah.
Yes. If this was D&D, you might say that this pterodactyl is bloodied. That's
If it
really good, right? That was
bleeds, we can
those
kill
are
it.
two really good damage rolls. And it said you got it bloodied, and you're able to get inside, and the door shuts it behind you as soon as you get in, Ryan.
Okay. As soon as Ryan gets in, he's gonna kind of, just go back against the wall, put the rifle down, and just go, and
Quick, let's get
he's
August
gonna
to-
try
oh,
and
no.
check on the wounds.
Do you look out the window? There's a window next to the door, so you could see. Do you look out the window?
I do.
I'm kind of preoccupied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Katie look out the window, or are you looking at the figure?
I want to see who this figure is
All right.
first.
We'll look out the window
I think,
first, because that's more
Jones turns and looks. Oh,
You turn
yes.
to look out the window, and you see the pterodactyl that's injured is peeled off, but then lands, and you see pinkish water float down through the town. You can just see the water tower from here because a lot of the other buildings have crumbled or been
Jones sort of
scavenged for
shakes
parts,
his
and you
head
see
sadly.
the two pterodactyls like scavengers picking through the rubble of the water tower and eating what remains of August and Mina.
Well, Jones sees the water first and he shakes his head. He's like, I'm not sure we can use that water. The drain, it's all pink. Oh, wait, no. I think the others are dead.
An arm gets ripped off. What remains of an arm gets.
Oh no, no.
And Kitty, you turn around.
Yeah.
You recognize. Well, it's hard to recognize at first, but you would know this person anywhere. This is your father. He's very dirty, completely unkempt, beard down to here,
Proper Jumanji.
hair,
Yeah,
proper
that's
Jumanji.
what I
Yes, he looks like he's been Jumanji'd. His clothes, he's got a fur coat on, but it's not of any fur you recognize. For our audience, it might be saber-toothed tiger or something, or giant sloth. Hard to tell. You know, we don't have exactly like just a lot of really great fur samples, but probably giant sloth. Let's be real. Big megafauna. That's exciting. Much easier to murder as a herbivore. He's got a big shaggy fur coat on, over what tatters of his original clothes remain, and he's Kitty. He's like, you can see on his face that he's terrified that A, you're here, but also B, that it might be real. But that C, that it might not be real. He's just, this is a big, shock for him.
She's torn between running and leaping at him, but also
Like
all of
half
this has
reaching
been
out,
so
but doesn't-
dreamlike and weird.
Yeah.
She's gonna reach out and touch his face and be like, and feel that he's like solid and like, you are here. Oh my.
I don't know if I want this to be a dream or not, because if you're here, then this is real fucked up. But if it's not, then
She's gonna hug him.
he
Really?
hugs and immediately just starts tears. There's a lot of crying going on. And Ryan, you're just against the wall. Your shoulders are really hurting. You're a little ripped up. And Edison, you two other compatriots being hurt.
I sort of bristle a little bit at him using the F word.
Yeah, he may have
Goodness.
lost some of his propriety living out in this area for long.
The most horrible end for anyone.
Are you alone?
No. I've got a lovely Ute gentleman with me. His name's Swift Crow, and we have a mule.
You all made
Ryan.
it here?
Rosabelle. They're off trying to get some stuff, trying to figure out some things. We've been trying to escape for a long time, but survival has to come first, so.
Are you looping?
What?
Has time reset for you? Or is it all been...
Well, I mean, we're now in the prehistoric age. He looks older, Kitty. He looks about 5 years
Yeah.
older. He's got a lot more wrinkles. He's quite tanned. A lot of sun.
I think she's a bit in shock, actually. I don't think she wants to, like, help stuff. I don't, Yes?
We want to introduce us to your father.
Well, right. Yes. Sorry. Father, this is Mr. Edison Jones.
Hello.
You remember
Hi.
Ryan? Mr. Ryan Horrocks?
Mr. Hawks, it's because
Ryan
it's
is
been years.
slumped up against the wall,
And then I
blood
think
pouring from his shoulder.
Oh,
I think
you were
I think
injured,
she snaps a little bit. Yeah. Oh goodness. I
We've got
have
some
wait,
herbs.
I have my kit. Do I know if my father is good at medicine?
He's okay, but you don't know what he's been doing for the last 5 years, so, you know. he
No,
could've gotten
true.
Better. He will assist you if you have a legit first, medicine kit.
Yeah,
or something.
I will absolutely try and first aid
He'll go,
Ryan
"Oh,
because
oh."
he's bleeding really badly. I'm
Like,
assuming.
oh, that's so much better than herbs and mud. Yeah, let's use that.
Okay.
He'll
and-
help you.
Okay.
He will add
10%.
to your roll. So
Okay.
that would have been a 53. You got a 70. So there's no negatives. You're able to clean it up, but he doesn't get any HP back from it. But you're able to make sure it's like clean.
Oh, okay. Okay. He doesn't get infections.
A regular fail.
necessarily.
No, if you fumble, that gets really bad. Or if you
Oh, it was
fail
the
a
fumble
pushed,
that fucked us up.
yeah, if you pushed it and failed, then he might get infected. But
Okay.
Mina doesn't have to worry about the infection now.
Yeah, that's
No.
true. That's real.
Congratulations.
I think like Kitty is
Oh,
trying
mercy.
not to think about it because she's now thinking she doesn't want to loop because she found her dad, but there are
Mhm.
2 people dead.
Oh,
As you're working, he's gonna take out his notebook, write down, found. I think his name's
Reginald.
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 Found
Cartwright.
Reginald Cartwright in town, and then he's gonna put it back.
Conserve your energy, please.
Ah,
I do not have medical training. That was what August was for.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it. How are the other 2? Were they okay?
They have been crushed by the water tower.
No. Oh.
Right.
Oh, don't worry. They are being consumed by the pteranodons and will likely awake on the train. Oh, Lord.
What happens? if we
Well,
don't
will
look?
they? Well.
I'm just saying
Took
that
a
in
train-
100%
a
of the
train?
situations we have seen, if you are killed by a dinosaur, then you are on a train.
Yeah, but what happens if we don't die? They maybe don't loop.
Or maybe they do.
Or maybe they do, sure. But without
Yes.
us there.
Well, we will be very sad when we find out if that is the case.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Cartwright,
yes.
Mm. it is only you and your associate, Mr. Crow, and Rosabelle the mule, yes?
Yes, that's the only human life we've seen, and mule life.
You have not encountered any other people in the time that you've been here.
No.
Hmm. And have you stayed mostly here in Gunnison? Or
Oh,
Mm.
we've traveled pretty extensively. Trying to look for a way out of this mess.
and did you find one? And if not, why did you not use it?
No. If I had found one, I would have used it and gone home, be with my
Yes, Kitty said you were quite smart.
daughter. Thank you. Kid. Can I get you something to drink? Got some rainwater. We've got I can make a tea.
Oh, rainwater sounds lovely.
Okay.
Well. Wait. Are those things going to a? Have they left? So they're. Oh goodness.
If they're eating
Are they-
something, they'll probably be eating for a little bit, and then once they're full, they'll move on. Or what if we stay in here long enough?
One of them was very severely wounded. And have
Well,
you
then
been
they
able
definitely won't
to...
stay around for too long. Yeah. I mean, they
Have
can
you-
be killed.
That's what I was going to ask. Have you been able to hunt, or are they?
We don't
are
have
they
any more
good for
bullets anymore. We
Oh,
ran
that's
out of those
unfortunate.
a while, a couple of years ago. Maybe it's a couple of years. I don't really know how long it's been. But
Been
Swift
5.
Crow has made a bunch of
5.
arrows, and you shoot
Ah,
enough of them, you can. Some things are easier to kill than others. If you see
yes.
really big, about 40 feet long ones, long tails, short arms, big heads. We haven't been able that running or hiding is really the best way to deal with those.
Father,
Well,
wait.
that as well.
Has the train tracks always been here since you came? You didn't come on train. You came on your mule, right?
Yeah, no,
How did you find
these
yourself
haven't-
here?
We just stumbled across these quite recently. Probably about look at today's date. Today's Monday, April 9th. Yep. What's my dates? There we go. Just choose events. Great. I've probably been here about 3-4 days.
Was there anything here beforehand?
Well, not that we know of. It's
Not even the town
It's-
itself.
jungle out there.
Yes, disorder and confusion everywhere.
Maybe a week. It's I'm really.
And
He-
Did it
um,
look like this when you arrived? Like
It did, yeah.
it
Nobody
just
was here.
looked-
At the lack of August, Jones defaults to turning to the man bleeding out on the floor and says, "This is important. We should write this down."
Yeah, right. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm making it up. Yeah. God, I wish I had some whiskey.
Yes, I wish you did
I
too.
Wait, don't I still have your whiskey? You handed
probably.
it
I
to
did
me
hand
to
it
like. Yeah,
to
so I
someone.
think she. I think she made.
Whether or not you
because to be-
brought a bottle of whiskey with you in the jungle.
We
Well,
water brought,
whiskey's
if we had
alcohol, and
food,
You brought
alcohol
it for
is
the
like medical.
disinfectant. Then
Yeah,
you,
I
then
think
you would
she.
have it.
I
You
think
could
she
say
would
you
have tried
that.
to bring it. To be honest, so yeah, I'm gonna because she sort of folded her skirts and stuff to make pockets. So she hands you some of your whiskey. Don't drink it all. We don't know how long we're gonna be here.
Could I have a sip?
Yeah, you first, Professor. Yeah.
He takes a swig. Oh, I haven't had that in years. And he hands it back to you.
Thank you. He's gonna take a
Yeah, but
sip.
this popped up as far as we can tell about, what, 4 days ago? Which, 4 days
So-
ago is when you got on the train in
Yeah.
California. I just want to out there. Anyways, keeping track at home.
Jeez. Okay.
I think our train
I-
tracks are a new addition.
Yeah, we've been, it's hard to keep track of that. We try to use the mountains as a directional guide and the stars at night. We found a cave,
All right.
and we found a cave. We were looking for some petroglyphs. You know,
Yes.
Yes.
We all know what petroglyphs are.
Yeah.
yeah, we were looking for petroglyphs, and the Ute people left behind a long time ago, or prehistoric people perhaps, and we found a cave, and there were some really interesting petroglyphs in there. When we came out of the cave, the world was like this.
Did you
Oh.
interact with those glyphs in any unusual way?
Oh, I took lots of sketches and drawings, and he'll go over to. It looks like they've kind of set up a little
Ooh.
base camp in here. You can see like
Yeah.
a little firewood in the fireplace because this would have had a kitchen, would have been equipped for the mess halls and lunches and stuff. And he goes and he pulls out from like a very sad leather bag at this point. Pulls out a really old and dirty sketch pad, and he'll flip through, and you'll see there's like some charcoal rubbings of some of the petroglyphs. Not all of them were raised, so I did more sketches of those, but I took some charcoal rubbings and.
Oh, Miss Staunton would have loved to see these. She's dead now. She was an artist.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get to meet her.
It's all right. She may be alive again somewhere. Perhaps
I'm
we should
assuming-
explain what we've gone through.
Well, sure, yes. Well, just one thing. I'm assuming you went back in the cave trying to kind of.
Yes, we keep going back to the cave, thinking there's something we missed or something we may have accidentally disturbed. Swift Crow, we came out, there was a temple, a structure of sorts near the cave.
Oh. We might have seen that. Is it up on.
Mountain,
Up to
yes.
the east, like to the north?
Yeah, bit north of here. Yeah, northwest.
Did did it have something on top of it?
Yes, it's got like a gem, some sort of large gemstone.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And have you maybe explored the gem, done something to it?
We don't want to break anything. Now that we're here, I've been taking some notes and studying, but
Good man.
it's the area around the temple is not crazy, cursed.
In what way?
Time itself is different there, behaves differently. We found out the hard way. We actually found two smaller animals to try to use as livestock, and we took them with us, made some leashes, docile herbivores. And they were grazing in the area. We were talking about our plan before we went up to the temple again, but when we got to its we call it the perimeter, they all aged incredibly rapidly and then died. On another day, they aged in reverse. And then some days it's as if time doesn't move there at all, so we kind of just check on it regularly, but it's made us a bit hesitant to.
So you haven't got close to the thing?
Not particularly close, no.
Can you get close enough for a rifle shot?
Probably. We had run out of ammo by the time we got to the temple.
Sorry, Mr. Jones, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that was in character, me raising my hand.
I know
I'm
it
just
was.
wondering, have you been there since the appearance of the train tracks in the town?
That's what Swift Crow's checking out now. We decided Rabbit has to come first.
What I
so
know
we
from my map affinity,
the camp. Yes.
does that split in the tracks? Do they go toward the temple?
They could, yeah.
Interesting.
It's
I
a
wonder what
route
he
you
will
could
find.
take. Yeah.
Well, and then Jones summarizes everything that's happened to them up to this point in great detail.
To the second.
Wow.
At 2:54 p.
It is now this time.
At 2:54
Yes.
p.m. was when Mina and August got flattened
Mhm.
by the
As you can
water.
see, just outside there, that's where it happened.
I see. Well, in the some of the petroglyphs depict this ziggurat, and so we're thinking maybe if we could decipher some of them, there'd be a clue. But there's only so much time we've been able to spend deciphering because we have to, eat, shelter, avoid getting eaten.
Yes.
Been a lot.
Well, now you have 3 additional people. We could look at it, and maybe
Yeah.
there's some deciphering that can be done. You have some great minds here. And also
Mr.
me.
Jones, and you're forgetting that we've got an entire train full of people. that we-
Oh, how silly. Yes, there's a train full of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of mouths to feed. That's a lot of water.
True. And we're out of water from the water tower.
We've been using that it rained a couple days ago. What had collected in there is water supply here.
I
And
think
there's no guarantee that the lake will prove useful. And then Jones does the most grim thing ever and looks at his gun and looks away and looks back at his gun. And then, no. And I suppose that if we get another go around, we could head straight here to town with an eye out for the flying lizards. But do you know anything about this body of water nearby, Mr. Cartwright?
There's a lake nearby.
And is it relatively safe? I know that animals tend to gather by sources of water.
It can be.
This is good rainwater, by the way. Did you boil this?
Oh yes, of course.
Hooray!
not gonna die.
I'm not going to die.
No dysentery today.
Silver
At least
lining.
not yet.
After Jones said about the loop, he mentioned the loop again.
Your dad seems to believe you. Maybe it's because he himself has gone a bit crazy over the years
Well.
of being here.
You say
Yeah.
crazy, we say he's broadened his mind.
I think reluctant in a way as she is, she just because there's no way to predict the future, she is going to kind of do a similar thing to what she did by the railway tracks and kind of try and put a mark somewhere in
Mhm.
here to
See if
yeah
it persists.
yeah basically see if it persists.
Stick
So,
a finger in
like,
one of Ryan's wounds.
just I am.
Some blood on there. Just-
I mean, I'm assuming there's rotten wood or the dirt or something. She'll
there's
etch something. Yeah, maybe just
Some
put
old
an R
chalk,
for her
'cause this is
father or something.
where they would
Yeah.
write up the menus. Yeah.
Yeah, she can find something, so she'll write something. Well, okay. There's not much we can do about the others outside, but we do need to
No.
still deal with the train, and everyone needs to get out of here. If you've
Do
been
you
trying
think-
for 5 years.
Yeah, we've gone a long distance way, just barely keeping the mountain inside, and that is not. We haven't found an end to this.
Do you have any idea when you expect your companion to return with the mule?
I was hoping before dark.
Do you travel
is not
alone
useful.
often?
Well, he's more stealthy, a bit more quiet than I am. So we decided that I would stay here. We had did a little hunting earlier, and I was going to prepare meat and stuff and food for dinner for tonight, so he could come back from whatever he scouted out, and we could eat.
We could enlist the help of the mule to carry water back to the train. We can at least get them here to town.
We can get the train into this town. That would be the best thing.
Yes.
Yes. My concern, though, is that we can't just keep going with the train and expect to leave. It sounds like this cave and this temple. You mentioned, Father, that the time was strange around this temple, like specifically. And I want to kind of look at him properly and see if he looks 5 years older or a lot older or different. Like, because if he's talking about taking these animals that have gone older and then younger, and like, can I see on his face how he looks? Like under all of the hair and all the things.
You can give me a spot check for just visual observation. If you wanted to, you could also give me a psychology check for, emotional, mental.
Well, I'll try spot hidden first because it's higher. My psychology, not so good. Oh my god! Okay, I'll take both of them.
You know your dad.
You know your dad. Real well.
Nice telling.
So, she really studies him, and she's at the same time she's saying, look, you mentioned taking these animals into this area, and they got older and younger. Did the same thing happen to you?
We learned to put something living, or something at least age, and throw it in before us. Usually we get a piece of fruit.
To see which way it was going?
Cool to see which way it's going, if it's going at all. Sometimes the time is a bit more normal. Once we threw a banana in, and it just hung there in the air. It didn't drop for about 3 days.
Whoa, okay.
I
So you
the
only
following.
venture when that's in mid.
I think the first thing that we need to do is look at these petroglyphs.
Like a canary in a coal mine. We try to have something to show which way it's going when we're near there.
Well, if there's any sort of explanation, it would be in these drawings. That is the most information that we have.
Yes.
Perhaps one of us, Dr. Hawks, we could look at these and then see if there's anything to be learned
so a lot
from
of my
them.
paper's not held up particularly well over the years. But more welcome to have a look at what I do have. We could take you to the cave. It has all of them there. Different
There's still the
colors
people
and
on the
stuff
train
too.
to worry about.
I only had charcoal. And you're looking at your dad, Kitty. And with your extreme success, you can tell it looks about... You don't think it's been longer than 5 years, but it's been a rough 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, generally it would be if you're living like this.
Weight. He's pretty gaunt now, very weathered. A lot of calluses, some scars that weren't there before. That's just from what you
But he
can
hasn't
see.
done any tomfoolery.
No, it does not
He
look
hasn't gone
like it.
He hasn't put a toe into the temple.
Yeah, if he has,
Just a
it's,
shriveled toe.
if he has, it's evened out enough from going,
Yeah.
each direction a little bit. They seem to have at least used the canary in the
Balanced.
coal mine effect, going, oh, this banana looks like it's going bad. We should get out of here. Or, oh, this banana looks like it's getting riper, or less ripe. We should get out of here.
I think Joan suggests we look at the drawing. If Swift Crow's not back within half an hour or something like that, make sure the dinosaurs are out of the area. We get some water,
finishing
as
up
much
dinner.
as we can.
They're finishing up. They're like,
Yeah.
nom, 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 nom. They're fighting over the last.
Is that what they're
leg,
doing?
A bit of spine,
Yeah.
But I want to look over those drawings, and I know that it would be maybe we go to the cave to see if there's others. But the first thing is we got to get those people here to town. This
Yes.
building's the safest place for them.
Yeah, we got. There are 100 souls on that train that need
Yes.
feeding and watering and to sleep somewhere. I mean,
And a
the
dead
train
penguin.
maybe is one of the safest places to stay in a way, but if the train itself was here, it's just extra protection.
Mhm. And Professor Hawks, I think that you should not exert yourself any more than necessary. Your injuries. Perhaps Kitty and I will be the ones to venture back to the train when it's time.
You know, if you think so, I can walk,
Yes.
but I'll probably slow you down.
Yes, probably.
Would you like me to try to treat that? We've got some, I mean, I know she cleaned it up real good, but we do have some herbs that might help with the pain.
Hell, you survived this long here, I'll take what I can get.
You will try a first aid check on you. You will get almost a crit. If it was a crit, you would have been real good, but you will get back 2 HP. We'll give him a bonus because it's so good.
Wonderful. Well, I'm not gonna get any worse. And rest.
You
for
feel a
hell.
lot. You feel
Oh.
like a numbing herb, so you can't feel your shoulders a whole lot, but that means they don't hurt.
I'm gonna make a note of what plant that comes from, how it's made, and put it
Yeah,
in
he
my
like
note.
gets like he's like a mortar and pestle, and he like grinds up a specific root. It looks like
I'll
and just
save
kind of
that
like
for Kitty
sprinkles the
later.
powder. It's like a dried root. Sprinkles the powder on you
Yeah.
onto the wound directly, and it numbs
And-
it.
Yeah, I think Ryan's gonna essentially now. He'll look at some of the
Yes.
pictures that he'll show
Anyone
me.
who is looking at the petroglyph sketches, carvings, not a lot of them there, but there's
Roll me
some.
a sanity.
I think at first Jones would
Not
leave it to the
here.
others because let the people who do their jobs do their
Can
jobs.
you roll me
These
a
are that's the
paleontology or
geologist.
anthropology?
Say,
history.
say again.
Paleontology, anthropology, or history?
I got history.
Well, I'll do history.
No matter how many times Jones calls Hawks who knows anthropology
Of this and that archaeologist thing.
he doesn't know.
No.
You've got archaeology. Archaeology would also work.
I've
sorry.
got archaeology.
Yeah, use archaeology.
Oh, okay.
I'll use history then.
I didn't mean
history
I
would
meant
be the-
archaeology, not
Hey!
paleontology.
It says
Okay.
20. That's a success
Okay.
on history for Jones.
Hard success. for me.
Hard success. Okay. Edison, these are petroglyphs.
These are petroglyphs.
Yeah, it's a history, not an archaeology. So you're like they're really old, probably prehistoric.
I think these were drawn in prehistoric times.
Yes.
That yes, but we're there now. It's confusing.
It is confusing. They seem to be telling a story, maybe. But you're missing pages. It's like looking through like a picture book,
Right,
the
right.
pages are ripped out.
Do I get any hint of what the story is, or should I wait for Ryan to know?
Wait for Ryan to know. Like you can tell like there's things missing. Basically, is what you get
Right,
from your
right.
like history check. You can't. It's hard to decipher.
Well, the one thing I've taken away from this is that art has gotten better.
Ryan, with your hard archaeology check on these sketches,
Yeah.
there's some random, petroglyphs, because you know what archaeologists go in and do. They go in and they take charcoal rubbings and they organize it. He's obviously lost some pages over the years, either whether to use it as kindling to start a fire or, emergency, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Mhm.
But he seems to have kept what he considers the more important looking ones, or the bigger, grander scheme of things, one of which is a sketch. The other two are rubbings. There's a rubbing of the ziggurat. But there's no crystal at the top. In the charcoal rubbing, it is sketched in. He'll point out, and be like, that one, you can see it in it's in a different color, and it's not, carved in or raised, it's just there. So the charcoal didn't get it, but it got the ziggurat, itself. And then you see another one of a sketch. This one is of a person, a creature. It's you compare it to like the other like kind of stick figures next to it. This one would be child-sized, but with
Okay.
claws and a really big head.
Could it be a dinosaur?
No,
Doesn't
that's the
look
girl
like
from
it.
the
It
train.
looks-
That's Charlotte.
Looks bipedal, looks very humanoid. It looks like a because they're like they're not like the quite stick figures. They've got like bodies, and so like this one's got a very small, almost looks withered shape around it. It's got like wiggly lines,
Okay.
child-sized,
Very impish.
larger head, claws, and you see the figures next to it appears to be getting bigger, older. You'd have to see the context more, but from this picture it's like smaller shape, smaller human, bigger human, bigger human, bigger human, and then it gets like older, and then like, you know, hunched, and then
Yes.
gone.
So kind of like how evolution would be shown.
Kind of like
You know,
how
like
evolution
sight,
would be
yeah.
shown, but fleeing from this big-headed, clawed, withered
Oh.
thing.
And these figures that are fleeing, are they humanoid?
Aging, these
They look
humanoids?
humanoid? Maybe.
Right.
Interesting.
Okay. Huh.
I would like to go to those caves.
And then there's this sketch. And in this sketch, you can see in the corner, like, that one drawing of the weird, withered, clawed, large-headed
Mhm.
child thing. In the corner with the things. You can see that. And then in the middle is a picture of the ziggurat. And humans, you're gonna assume they're humans. They look pretty humanish from other petroglyphs that you would have seen. You see, like how they do sunlight from the sky,
Yes.
and you see that's above the ziggurat, and there's other creatures that are giving a crystal to
Whatever that.
no,
Yes.
to the humans.
The people.
To the humans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those dinosaurs built that ziggurat.
No.
And the creatures that you see giving this crystal, they have, it's like a triangular shaped body with two like a split, like a two-headed snake heads,
Right.
and then like
Normal.
two lobster claws.
Totally normal.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, in stuff like this, sometimes you can't take it literally. Sometimes it's an interpretation of something, so it doesn't necessarily mean that this is actually what happened.
yes, that's why I don't like
in
art.
history. But we're talking we're talking art that shouldn't exist. Like, at this point, I don't know
Mhm.
how far evolution has come, like the theory of evolution, but at this
Just
point
started.
in history.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
Darwin
started
just died
on.
last year.
Yeah.
Or in that case, then I
Yeah.
wouldn't know that. Do we know that humans are realistically
No.
only about 100?
You've got no
Okay,
idea.
That's all right.
Evolution
good.
is new and very controversial. It's accepted in some circles, it's rejected in some
All right.
circles. Again, Darwin just died, and it wasn't in his lifetime that it became the standard kind of
Okay.
thing. Started getting there, but wasn't there yet. So
All right. Okay. Well,
I looked it up last year. There's many more of these. These are the only papers I have left, unfortunately.
How far from here is the caves and the ziggurat? How long do they take to travel to?
Well, the cave is at the bottom of the mountain. The ziggurat could take hours because you have to climb the mountain. It's always harder going uphill.
Oh, they're not that
Um,
close to each other. Okay.
But the cave is at the bottom. It's where you left from here. He goes over and he looks at like a square of dirt that's been cordoned off. And he goes, "It looks like it'd be past the lake.
Oh.
Past the lake a bit, about maybe a half hour.
Has he made a
hour?
little map in the dirt over there?
It looks like a little map has been made in the dirt.
And how long does it take to get to the lake?
Oh, from here about 30 minutes.
All right.
Be about an hour.
And
total, maybe?
it's about probably what 2:00 now because it was 1:24 when the train
1:24.
ran out.
Yeah, it's probably about like 2. You spend a while talking. It's probably like 2:30.
When
It's almost tea time.
Okay. I think if you guys head back
Sunset's
to the train,
still hours away.
with
Okay.
if you head back to the train, you can inform them where there's water, you can all go together and we can get the train back into the town.
Perhaps we can start a bucket line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just put a line of people out there on the train tracks. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Would you like me to take you to the lake so you can...
Wait, I'm waiting for Professor Hawks to tell me what the worst that could happen is.
Oh, sorry. They could all die horribly. Become
True,
chow for
yes.
dinosaurs.
Yes.
Probably is the worst.
I think that's a good idea. We should head back toward the train, inform the others of what we've found.
The pterodactyls have left. Right, they have finished
Huzzah.
eating what remains of August and Mina. They leave.
Right. Do we have any sign of Swiftcrow?
No.
Okay. His name is it ironic? Because he's not back yet.
He didn't leave that long ago. He got
Oh, I see. All right, that makes more sense.
got an hour.
Well, in that
maybe?
case, would you care to come with us, or are you going to wait here for your companion?
I'll leave a note. I'll go with you. I'll go with my daughter.
Oh, I'm probably gonna stay cover.
Oh, all right. You realize that we might die, and you may be alone here forever.
I'm gonna come with you.
Good idea.
Yeah.
And on that, that's where we're gonna end today's session. So you'll leave this building.
I think I want to do one thing where Jones sticks
Absolutely.
out a little note, and on it there are 3 items, and the first one is find Reginald Cartwright. Second one is find Arthur Lakes, and the third one, which was apparently added later in a different pen or something, says get out of time bubble, and he just checks off the first item.
Nice. Nice.
We're making progress.
Making progress. So let's go
Uh-huh.
around. Let's say who you are, where we can find you, and your favorite moments from tonight's game or this afternoon's game. We'll start with you. How was today for you?
Oh my god. It was mind. Oh god, I don't think I'm awake enough to really comprehend how confusing this is becoming. Got a general idea on it, and I think Ryan Hawks might be at the point where he's just thinking, the crystal's that's doing it, so shoot the crystal, and then the time thing stops. He's going for the very direct kind of
I mean, that could work.
route, kind of doing it.
But if you do that, then the bullets get older when they go in.
Yeah, and they just dust.
Or earlier and they disassemble. Huh?
yeah.
And become baby bullets.
And baby bullets.
I think they would just, it'd be like deconstructed food. Like, it's just not built yet. It's just...
Oh. Sorry, yawn. Sorry, it's been a long day. But it was, as always, it was so much fun. I genuinely thought I was going to die. However, my favorite moment was Susie and Charlie dying. I mean, come on. Flat pancake kind of just on the face. Perfect. It could not have been more perfect. For myself, I am Hotflakes Tom on Twitch, and I occasionally stream. That's probably it.
Probably it. That's all she wrote. Someone who got squashed like a pancake, though. Susie. Mina Staunton, how was tonight for you?
Well, it was good. I do you know what though? I would rather be squished to death by a water tower than pulled apart by a pterodactyl. So, I feel like honestly, Mina and August were the best off. We don't have to worry about survival for a bit. We're just fucking dead. It's great.
Yeah.
Unless you've respawned in the
Unless you
train.
respawn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just got to deal with penguins and broken leg people screaming.
Mina doesn't really. Mina's just like, I don't fucking get this penguin thing. Like, it's just a penguin. Relax.
Yeah, it's just a penguin. Yeah.
It's just a penguin. So yeah, no, it's good. My brain hurts trying to think about the mechanics of it all, because I'm trying to figure out what's causing the loop. If we all die, does it need all of us to die for the loop to happen? Just a couple of us? Who knows what's triggering it? Mina did try and pose that question earlier, but we were all freaking out about penguins and such, so that really didn't go anywhere. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I do have a backup character just in case Mina doesn't respawn, so we're all good. But when I'm not playing a doomed English artist, I am a doomed English artist in real life. You can find me streaming on Twitch. Hello, it's me, Bobby. But I haven't been streaming because I'll probably be back next week if I've not died.
Wonderful. If you've not died, someone who will be back next week, if not died again, maybe. August Hope, Charlie, how is tonight for you?
Hello, I want everyone to know I've already called dibs on Rosabelle the Mule as my respawn. I said if August is not coming back, I'm the mule. I've called it. That's my choice. Super fun. I love that we called how we were gonna die, Susie. I love that August died first again. I love Kitty becoming more and more this leader within the group. Even as she's scrambling and even as half of what she says sounds totally bonkers. I love it. I love Jones continuing with his abruptness, but the fact that he is only okay with the fact Mina and August are dead because logically he truly believes they're coming back on the loop. And as always, Tom, I was watching your sanity just ebb away at certain moments in real time during that game. Where you was like, and accepting and moving on. Lindy, as always, thank you so much. We love a Doris dress up. I hope we can have a picture of her. And chat, thank you for that 100 roll. That was 100% you. Great. Thanks.
Yeah. Great, thanks. Is what I'd like to say to Edison Jones. Doc,
And I
how's
say, great,
tonight
you're
for you?
welcome.
Aw.
Hey, it was great. I missed playing this last week, and I'm so glad we're back. And next week, I
Same.
just know Susie and I will be healthy. I just know it. I just know it. My favorite moment of the week, the 100 roll on the water tower was amazing. Because there's like a
Good.
build up to who's going to roll it, who's going to do it, all thwomp, and just like on top of it.
100.
Great.
Oh.
Great stuff. But Ryan being picked up by the pterodactyl and shooting up at it was so action movie.
Mhm.
And then him running towards it and then Jones shooting at it too was pretty fun and pretty cool. And so I was pretty happy that we were at least alive long enough to meet Kitty's death.
Yeah.
And whoever knows what's going to happen next. It's like, I've got all these other things to do. I'm Doc. I don't really stream on my own much these days, but on Tuesdays, you can find me over on High Shelf Collective. That was last night, where I run a game of Heart, the City Beneath that we call Red Heaven. And last night, they came upon a settlement where the middle of it was pulled into the ground like a gravity well, and so they're going to go down the hole next week. So if you want to see people go down a hole, come do that. And then on Friday, over on High Shelf, I'm going to be a part of a short little Pathfinder game where I am going to play a halfling ghost hunter detective named Gimbal Featherwick, who is basically Jackson Lamb from Slow Horses, if you've ever seen Slow Horses on Apple TV. He's just a piece of shit. So you should come in and watch me be a horrible person to them in a different way than Jones is a horrible person to people at this game.
Well, someone who's definitely not a horrible person, Kitty Cartwright. Kate, how are you? You found
I'm
your
okay.
dad.
I'm like so like me personally. I mean, I'm so torn because I'm like, there are 2 dead people. Should we just run out and get eaten? And it's like, what? This is so hard. So there's a weird part of me, not Kitty, who is just hoping we get eaten on our walk back to the train so that we can loop again and try again with everyone back.
Get a
But who
clean
knows?
restart.
I mean, that's that thing of like, oh yeah, we'll just restart, and then you don't, you're just dead. So who knows? Anyway, there was a lot of cool moments. I mean, Doc broke me again because that the character just does every time. I also loved the badass moment. I'm a bit of a sucker for like a Jurassic Park and stuff, so the imagery of being carried off by a pterodactyl and things was pretty badass. I was definitely picturing in my head, I don't think like the idea of running to the door and sliding in, very action movie style, as you sort of but also just the fact that the father actually was there. I was like thinking that's what she was thinking, but not that they'd necessarily be there. And the whole Jumanji moment of that was like, oh shit, no, okay, cool, what? I don't know. Yeah, you're getting me every week. I love it. You can find me on my various social medias. Potentially, I sometimes go on, but yeah, you will be able to find me at least tomorrow. Every Thursday, I've been streaming with my friend Bonnie, and we are currently playing through Split Fiction. I don't know how many weeks we've got left. Have no idea, but we're having fun playing through that. So tomorrow, over on my Kate Madison Twitch, you can find me and Bonnie playing that, and possibly on my Kate Madison RP YouTube. I'm trying to split and do it on both. Tech issues are usually always a part of my streams, so who knows. But anyway, yeah, see me there, and then see me here next week to figure out what we're gonna do.
It's okay, you can say it.
Yeah, I should do this. I do have that button. I never use it.
There you go.
Anyway.
Well, thanks you so
Lindy.
much. That just leaves me. Oh, my favorite Ryan Hawks moment was him fumbling his dodge roll so I could pick him up with a pterodactyl. That was great fun. My favorite Kitty moment was her fumbling the first aid and being like, shit, it's gonna get infected. But Tanya, hey, but you know what? She's not infected anymore. I love that. And getting to find your dad, that he was here. Oh, it's like it was foretold in your dreams. That's great. Yes.
Dreams. Can we talk about how Kate didn't remember about the shadows?
No, that was it.
Us remembered about the shadows.
That was my favorite, actually. Yes, my favorite
so,
moment
yeah.
was, oh wait, I forgot about the shadow. And like,
That's a very bad memory,
Such a
Kate
good
problem.
moment.
Kitty
No.
maybe has a good memory, but unfortunately, all of my RP characters have to run the risk of being controlled by this doofus. So
it
they
was a
usually
dream.
all have
It
the same
makes-
problems.
It makes sense to forget a couple things here and there, and you were so focused on like what direction your dad was in that, of course you didn't remember the shadow. You saw it again, and then we're like, oh wait, that's right.
Wait. There was another
Oops.
important thing.
I loved the literal we had so many fumbles tonight. We literally had a hard fumble with that 100 for the water
I got
tower.
that one crit success. I'm proud of that.
That's very good for you, for your time loop sanity. Yeah. My favorite Edison Jones moment was that, yes, at exactly 1:24 p.m., the train will run out of water. And then, like, the conductor not being shocked because he's like, yeah, that's around the time that we would run out of water, like, according to my calculations.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
just train knowledge.
That's just conductor math, man. I mean, I don't have it down to the minute, but I assumed around that time, yeah. And, I liked Ryan. I already said Ryan's the pterodactyl. Mina. Poor Mina. Blissfully unaware of the last time loop, Mina. She was just trying to keep it all together, and I liked her handing out candies to all the passengers. Hey, guys, it's okay. We're all freaking out. Don't worry. And bless his heart, August Hope. I'm in love with his new indefinite insanity. Which, I don't think anyone else has noticed yet, but I've noticed, and I'm giggling every time. So that brings me
And
to
it's only
August.
going to get worse. It's only
I'm
going to
so
get
excited.
worse.
I'm
If
so
he
excited.
reappears.
If that's a good, I have a feeling he might reappear, but that's just me. Next week we should have a full cast. Hopefully, everybody will be here, and we can get back into leaving Gunnison and finding out what you guys are gonna do next. You can also find us here. So next week will be the next show here on my channel, but then on the 12th, it's a bi-weekly Aliens game. We'll be back with Aliens, and we finally left the egg. For now, it's terrifying. It's done. We left a lot of people to die, but I'm sure it's fine. Because they're none of our people. They're just refugees. It's fine. They're all infected with chest bursters anyway. So we didn't want to take them on the ship. Yeah, it was a very stressful game. And on Tuesday, we'll have Ghost of Saltmarsh. Last night they fixed the undead problem on the island, so now it's back to interpersonal drama back at home with it's gonna be like an episode of Mari, like, you are the father, and it's gonna be like, crazy. Crazy good times. But of course here, for final Jurassic Groundhog Jumanji Destination Day. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And until next time, have fun and play games.